Hey guys, we made a Grey's Anatomy. The bureaucracy that you're seeing here is real.
Your time will come. You will face the same evil, and you will defeat it.
Yo, what are you, a Democrat, Republican, Independent? I can't hear you.
You hear me? Now you should hear me. No? Yeah. Okay, my thing is working. I guess I just had a thing pushed
Now
in.
yes.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Is the volume? Yeah, it's at the maximum. Okay. Yeah, no, I say I don't have like I have my own specific thing. I vote Democrat normally, but because I think it just it's closer to what I think, closer to my own opinions, but that is uh yeah. I mean, it's not exactly the same as what they want, so I want to basically, my idea is to create a single universal society, which would then also end up including any other humanoids we find in other star systems, um, and that would involve a sort of a universal democracy with mixed direct and representative democracy, and basic income for everyone, including any other species, um, and an income and wealth cap also, so that everybody's initially, then everybody would just be on the basic income. Like initially you'd still have people working, and then you just have machinery take over working, and you just have everybody else on basic income. So that's more or less the what I'm advocating for here. Um, so if you have more, if you want more specific, opinions on more on particular issues, I can also,
Okay.
I can develop that more. I can develop that more if you want, or if you want to talk about your stuff, you can do so as well. So just just tell me what you think about. I mean, I'm not gonna talk more if you. Otherwise, I'll just go back to watching like my movie or whatever. Or can watch this since I was watching. I was watching this for forever. Um.
I'm an opportunity Democrat.
Okay. So, in what sense do you want to elaborate? you can also discuss vocally if you want. I've got my stuff that enables me to do that. So if you want to, you can do that. If you, just tell me. Otherwise, I can also watch. Might as well just watch this video while I wait for you
There are
to.
board members, there's presidents, there's employees,
So
there's
he's looking.
trust
Real doctor
funds.
reacts
So
to
these
the
things
good
exist.
doctor.
They
medical
put a
drama
lot
review.
of pressure on doctors and presidents to make.
So
NA just watched the video.
okay, good. So yeah, this is
certain decisions.
Yes, he has
interesting.
autism, but he also has savant syndrome, genius level skills in several areas. He has almost perfect recall. He has spatial intelligence, and he sees things and analyzes things.
Do you know? Just do you know this series? I actually I know people who watched it, so I know of it. I actually haven't watched it myself. I probably should. But yeah.
In ways that are just remarkable. In ways.
It's basically about a young autistic resident, and when we say autistic, he's like really smart and really savant autistic medical resident. So that's a show
that we can't even begin to understand. Those are assets, undeniable assets for any doctor.
No, I don't watch TV.
Really? What do you watch? Do you watch movies? Do you like you watch any series? Like maybe not on TV, but like on other stuff. I mean, you can watch this. Yeah, I've got a Netflix tab open here. But that requires a subscription. I got it through my family, this subscription.
Venous distension is caused by increased intrathoracic pressure inside the chest cavity. He's basically saying the veins in the arms are swollen, so he thinks there's some extra pressure going on inside the chest cavity.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, because I was watching it through that. Okay. Yeah.
Particularly a surgeon.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with the president on that. As a surgeon, it's more important to have very good spatial ability, to be able to have perfect recall, to understand the anatomy perfectly, than it probably is to explain the complexity of a specific case and be able to communicate well with people. Most of the time, when you're a surgeon, your patient is not awake. That being said, I think it is still important for surgeons to be able to improve their communication skills, to be able to talk.
Wow, look at the views. 28 million views, man. 7 million subscribers.
Well, yes and no, I'll watch like anime.
To patients, help them understand the risks and benefits of operations, and make sure that they don't force patients to go into the knife when they don't have to.
You seen her?
No, now go away and turn off the light.
Sure.
Ooh, resident beef. Resident beef. Oh.
I need you to,
I heard.
And here I thought this was going to be an all-medical show, no Grey's Anatomy drama. At least where I practice medicine, there's different on-call rooms for males and females. There are times where one of the call rooms may be unavailable, and you do have to have a male and a female sleeping in a room
but
together.
But not
usually
on my TV on illegal places, that's all I'll say.
On illegal places. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure I'll say that. But
this is unprofessional, folks. It's gonna lead to drama. Lots of drama.
We don't have a relationship. We have sex. But
you have a sexual relationship. I wish I had vision like that. That's impressive. Venous distension is caused by increased intrathoracic pressure inside the chest cavity. He's basically saying the veins in the arms are swollen, so he thinks there's some extra pressure going on inside the chest cavity. Can be because of cardiac tamponade, which means that there's blood, usually in a traumatic sense like this, inside the pericardial tissue, which is the lining of the heart, and there could be blood in there.
Okay, if you want to leave, just like if you want something more interesting, you'd tell me, but I can't know what your tastes are. So I was watching a movie until now anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for coming by. I know it's not.
I want to argue with right-wingers. LOL.
Well, don't you want to argue with me? You know the Democrats are somewhat right-wing to some extent. If you want to argue with right-wingers, I can do that. You want me to? I'll pretend I'm a right-winger and we can have an argument. I want to establish a theocratic monarchy with Donald Trump as sort of president and who's supported by the Pope. What do you think of that? Do you want to argue? I want him to become king, and then Baron Trump becomes the next in line, and he'll become king, and he'll go to Rome to get crowned by the Pope. I also want to eliminate all like benefits for.
LOL.
I want to eliminate benefits for all people who are like disabled and retired, and eliminate Medicare, Medicaid. I think people who are poor should just be left to be really poor, and if they can't afford food, they should just starve to death. I
King Trump.
Yeah, King Trump, exactly, and he'll personally carry out the federal executions with his sword. Um, and he'll have a bunch of, a couple select favorite sort of Trump supporters can come and personally tell him their grievances, and then he can go sort of then there'll be the capital punishment for everybody who doesn't every day sort of do some sort of ceremony to worship him. Then it will execute all people who aren't Christians, and we'll send all kids to madrasas, well, the equivalent, religious schools.
That's war. I'll disagree. He needs to kill them with Ben Shapiro. We're asterisk.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, actually, I actually don't understand. I think you mean where. I think you with an H. But anyway, he needs to kill them with Ben Shapiro. But isn't that what I? So he needs to kill who? Who does he need to kill? The process is not clear because there's too much lag. There's too much lag, so it's not really clear even what you're referring to. You gotta make sure you refer to, you actually say, like, instead of just putting pronouns, don't use pronouns. Say the actual noun instead of say them. Say he. Avoid pronouns when you're writing comments.
You said he needs to execute them with a sword.
Oh yeah. So you kill them with Ben Shapiro? What you mean? What do you mean? Ben Shapiro's the weapon? He's gonna
I said Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, no, you said Ben Shapiro, but who? So you say that he has to like whack them to death with Ben Shapiro? He sort of grabs Ben Shapiro and what is it?
Just Ben Shapiro, nothing else.
So Ben Shapiro kills him, you mean? Ben Shapiro becomes the executioner? Or do we kill Ben Shapiro? It's still not clear. You gotta be clear. I have this all the time. I don't know what people are saying because you need to write the whole sentence with no pronouns, and because otherwise it just doesn't work. Anyway, so how about other stuff?
No,
I think
we kill Ben uses his dead body.
Okay, so we kill Ben and then he's like
use.
Okay, so Ben is dead, and then what? We like whack them to death with Ben's dead body? That's not going to be very salubrious. You're likely to the executioner is likely to die too if you use Ben as a weapon. This is weird. This is weird.
It
Anyway.
might take hours, but it's worth it.
Okay. Well, okay, so how dare you? Ben is a wonderful character who wants to save the country and the world and secure a future for white children. So how dare you, miscreant? Then what we need to do is ban all renewable energy sources and keep on extracting nothing but fossil fuels, and make sure to not carbon capture anything because it's anti-economical, and because it's just a true way of life to do things like that. We need to expand the government intervention in people's lives and in the economy, but pretend that we're anti-government. We need to For instance, yeah, we
I
ban.
think Ben wants to ban the Tran people.
Yeah, we'll ban the Tran people. We'll ban the Globo Homo people. We'll ban all of those people. We'll send them to re-education camps, except we'll pretend that we don't. And
LOL.
we'll pretend to care about freedom, and in fact try to limit people's freedom as much as possible, and instead force them to live according to what we will pretend is the biblical principles. Then we'll also uh, what else? We'll somehow we'll get rid of all taxes because we hate taxes, but at the same time we need the government to be more stronger and especially develop the police force and the military, and so we'll still need to fund that, but we'll just do a sort of thing where we'll create money and we'll pretend to hate the Fed, but we'll actually just fund it all just through money creation, through like yeah, the government will just go into huge
We tax
deficit.
the poor and give the rich more money clearly.
Well, also that, yeah. Both will tax the poor, and they'll be so poor that they won't even be able to complain about it. But also we'll have a massive government deficit, and that way we can say that we lower taxes, but at the same time we still make the government stronger. Um, we need the police to be armed with machine guns and to not fear to use them. Um, we need the death penalty for even petty crimes, even for misdemeanors. Um, we need what else do we need? We need to nuke China, especially. We need to
Yeah,
nuke.
the poor won't say anything about it because they will die.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll make soap out of their bodies, and we'll sell that as luxury soap to rich people. Um, and we'll definitely. What else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? Um, we're gonna create a big, massive gold statues of Donald Trump in every city. We'll have at least like giant statues rivaling the size of the Empire State Building, but of Trump. We'll even we'll make buildings of Trump, and we'll make Trump inside the statue. You can actually go inside and have offices um, in there. Well, like I said, we've got to nuke China. We've got to nuke
We will
nuke any country we
change
don't like.
history and say he won.
Yeah. Well, first we got to overthrow. We got to overthrow the current system and replace it with an autocratic regime. Um, and that way we'll just say that we'll just erase history, and I think that kind of covers it, doesn't it? That pretty much covers it. Oh, and we got to enslave people. We've got to nuke China, and then we enslave all the Chinese people, take them back to the United
Joe
States.
Biden more like Joe Liston.
And we'll have a free slave labor of Chinese people, for more higher up jobs, because we know that Chinese people are pretty smart, but they're still not at the same level as European people. And then we'll have Africans. We'll just go back to Africa and take a bunch more Africans to do the sort of more menial jobs that require slave labor. And okay, does that cover everything? Does that cover everything? I think that pretty much does. Oh, and of course we'll I mean, right, because so there are already no voting rights for anyone, right? Because it's a monarchy. But what we'll also do is we'll forbid women from being able to have jobs of their own, and from independent, and from being able
African
to
more like Africans.
yeah, yeah. But they can pick cotton. They can pick cotton, so we're gonna make them pick cotton, and then um we're gonna restrict the rights to
Because they can't stay here.
no, but they can as slaves. As you're not understanding it. This is what is needed. So that's much better. Um and yeah, and like I'm saying, so women aren't allowed to make any independent financial
No, the
decisions of their own.
Chinese are the slaves.
No, the Chinese are too weak physically. For hard manual labor, you need the Africans. Um, and so let's see what else. What else is there? I think we've kind of covered it. Kind of more or less covered it. Yeah. We also remove all restrictions on weapons, so everybody's allowed to own nuclear bombs if they want to, and we make fully accessible how to use them. And of course they can, and then we could just be a sort of patriotic act to drop. You can just take a plane and you drop a bomb on, drop an H bomb on any country,
What
any
about
place you don't
the
like.
Muslims?
Yeah, just throw in a few Muslims too for good measure. Mostly just bomb the shit out of them. And you of course convert them by force to Christianity. So yeah, I think that we covered it at this point. We have pretty much covered it. Yeah. So any questions? Would you like to now join the Republican Party? I'm trying to get people. I'm a very proud patriot and trying to get people to join to save this wonderful country and help save people like us. So yeah, feel free to join and devote your life to making Trump king of the world.
LMAO dropped the Twin Towers on the Muslims.
Yeah. The Twin Towers don't exist anymore. But yeah, you rebuild them and then you drop them. You drop them on a Muslim place.
Places.
Yeah. You rebuild the Twin Towers.
Pieces asterisk.
Oh, the pieces. Yeah. What would be even more funny is if you actually build a Twin Tower effigy and you drop the whole damn thing. You just have a bunch of like helicopters, and you that carries a Twin Tower replica, and then you drop it onto like.
You're right. That's better.
Yeah, that's better. You drop it on Mecca. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, I think we've got a plan. So you see, you've got your argument with the right winger in the end. I think you've got it. Oh, thanks for following. Yeah. But actually, it seems like you agree with me on most issues. Actually, so I'm surprised that you say you vote Democrat. I'm sure you quickly change your mind and come to see the light. I think we.
What's the JQ?
What's the JQ? I don't know what the JQ is. Is that? I don't know. What is that? I don't know what JQ is. But yeah. I think we've had
like
we've had
the
a good
Jew
argument.
question.
Oh, the Jew question. Okay. Yeah. Well, we hate Jews, but we support Israel. That's their answer. Okay. We hate
like,
Jews.
Is it one question or what is it?
We basically have to we support Israel against Muslims, but then we don't actually support Jews.
You're a doctor, right?
Hi, the stream ender. Yeah. I technically, yeah, I'm a doctor.
No, he's not a Jew.
What? What are you talking about? What are you saying? No, you said a doctor, not a Jew.
Because most Jews are doctors.
Wait, but how do you know I'm not a Jew? Why, how can you say that I'm not a Jew? I mean, I'm not a Jew, but how would you know I'm not a Jew? I mean, okay, I just said okay, but that wasn't a joke, right? But like, I'm joking. I'm pretending to be a sort of caricature of a nasty right-winger.
How come you're not at work if you're a doctor?
Because I'm not working now. That's how come. Yeah. So the idea is that we've got to convert them. So we protect as long as they're Muslims. So what we do is we bomb all the Muslims, then we protect in the name of protecting Israel.
You got laid off.
Actually,
these lying doctors work all the time.
Yeah, I did actually get laid off, and I just decided to not get another job. So for now I'm just streaming. I think I'm much more useful as a streamer than as a doctor. So
Aw dong FR.
um
Dang.
yeah, this is the stupid thing. This is why I want to give everyone basic
This
income,
seems
right?
like it would be the best time for doctors to work.
It's always a good time for doctors to work. Always got 6 people. But yeah. Yeah. I'm just not meant to work. I'm just not one of these people who like are
Why
much
you
in.
get laid
What do you mean? Why you get?
off?
Oh, okay.
Now you're just living the bum life.
Yeah, much better. I'm meant for the bum life. I'm not really not meant for the working life. Yeah, I got laid off because I wasn't good enough. I'm too stupid and too weak. It's pretty grueling, and I mean I did it. I went to work, I did the thing, but it wasn't enough. So I don't know. Plus,
You seem depressed.
I'm just a bit tired. No, I'm alright. I think you're just kind of seeing, probably just looking at like my small eyes, and you think that makes me look depressed, but that's just my face. Yeah, no, um, no, I far prefer not working.
Get a job.
No, I hate having a job.
Not working, no energy.
Working took away my energy. Working took away my energy. I want to enable people. It was horrible. It's destroyed my life, really. Having to work and work and work, and always the stress of then becoming homeless and just not being able to do anything. It's horrible. So I want to get rid of that. I want to
Get a good job. You seem full of life now, haha.
really. It's horrible. What I want is to allow people to just be able to not have a job if they don't want to. I want to give everyone a basic income. I want a universal basic income. That way you don't have to worry about having a job. That's really what needs to be done. So yeah, that's what I want. Like I said, I already told you that Red Join. Yeah, I already explained that. It'll be about
Become a male striper.
I'll become a male striper. I'll go and paint the stripes on crosswalks. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Anyway, I'll
You would be a great fluffer with that attitude.
What's a fluffer?
Stripper.
Yeah, look, I know. You don't have to. People always like rewrite the words. Like, no, I got it. I got what you meant. Fluffer. What's a fluffer?
No, you didn't.
What do you mean I didn't? I did. I got it. Of course I got it. What do you mean no? Yeah, I did. I just didn't say I got it. So that's why I said that was the joke, right? I joked about that. That's why I said a striper. Yeah, well, okay, you can say no. Okay, you can't know that I did, but like I did.
No.
I thought.
A fluffer is the person on the porn set that keeps the guy's penis erect so he's able to perform with the woman on set with no issues.
What? What? There's a person on the porn set that keeps the guy's penis erect? Wait. But who is that? Really? Is that a thing? That isn't a thing. How does that even work? How does that work? What? I thought that's was part of the job, is you just do it on your own. You don't.
It just does.
What just does? Okay, it just works.
It's a thing. Google it and you'd be great. You'd make millions.
And I really don't understand why I would make millions. Why would my attitude be good for a fluffer? I really don't see it. Anyway, let's I want universal basic income for everyone. And yeah, around around $800 a month, something like that, I think would be about what we could afford. Then you can just enough to have a crummy place and some
No, get
just
a
cheap
job,
food.
you bum.
No, you get a job. I want UBI for everyone. It's not for me anyway. I'm a doctor, you bum. I don't need a
I
job.
don't have a job, lol.
Okay, well, get one. Get one then. If you don't have a job, then what are you doing not having a job, you bum?
$800, haha, that's not shit.
What do you mean that's not shit? It's plenty. It's plenty. It pays you your food, it pays you your housing. It's fine. That's what you that
I
literally.
live in California, that wouldn't give you anything.
Yeah, well, you leave California then. You leave California. Then that's your choice. You're living in
No.
What do you mean no? You're living in California, which means that you're basically in a place that's desirable. So obviously you have to pay more.
No.
You have to pay a premium because you're in a desirable location. It's like
I
saying,
pay
oh,
$1,500 a month for my house.
okay, what are you doing? Are you renting? Are you mortgaging? What kind of house is it? Where
I
is it?
can't leave, my son is here.
Yeah, but why can't your son come with you if you had UBI? See what I mean? The point is, and why can't your son just pay for you? If your son has a job, then your son can just pay for you. If you've got a
I'm
kid,
divorced.
okay, so you're divorced. Okay, sorry to hear it, or congrats,
Nice.
depending on depending on the situation. But where are you in California? Where, like,
My
tell us
son
more.
is 7.
Okay, so presumably doesn't have a job yet. So
Share custody.
oh, okay, yeah, okay. This makes sense. Well, then that would be your choice. Either you get this is a good question.
SoCal.
Okay. So basically, either you leave California and you don't see your son, or maybe you can convince the judges to like let you have your son for like months at a time, but then the son then goes to the other
Kill
the
your
other parent,
ex-husband, easily fix.
to your other. That's funny. I thought you're male because I think most people are male, but okay.
Fixed.
Or are you, or ex-wife or whatever, or it might be you're male and you have a male partner, ex-partner.
Ex-husband, haha.
And so.
Ex-wife, more like it.
Well, we can't know the gender. You basically on Twitch you presume that the person is male unless there's evidence otherwise. If the person doesn't put lots of exclamation marks and emojis in the text, you can presume the person is male. But it still could be a gay person. But then you also presume it's probably not a gay male, and you presume it's a sort of cis
I thought he
male.
say husband.
No. Son, not husband. But anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, so your choices are maybe you could convince the the judges to let you have the kid for like months at a time. So then you just periodically could just have the kid nonstop, and then you'd give the kid back to the ex-wife for a few months.
$800 won't give you shit, that's nothing. And what about the people that work and give back to society? Should we up their pay?
So the idea with basic income is that underpaid jobs will get better paid, because currently people are desperate for any kind of income. So what they do is that they end up being they basically end up accepting low wages for menial jobs. With basic income, they won't accept such low wages anymore. So not only will they have the extra basic income, but they're on top of that, their wages will grow. So it's a double benefit for low earners, right? And meanwhile, overpaid jobs would go down a bit somewhat, right? Because you're going to increase taxes, and of course, since the jobs that are currently underpaid are getting paid more, well, obviously the jobs that are now getting paid more are going to be paid less. So it's more fair.
What my job? I'm a welder, make $30 an hour. I want more money.
$30 an hour is good. $30 an hour is good. Like literally, I've been advocating for an income cap at pretty much that level. I've been saying that basically nobody should make more than that. So yeah, this is come on. I mean, people are freaking out about $15 minimum wage. I'd say $30 an hour is plenty good. I mean, I I made that as a doctor, like it wasn't. So like yeah, I think that is sort of the amount that you should make. That was the sort of limited amount. That's the sort of maximum. That's the sort of maximum income, I think.
That's shit as a doctor.
Yeah, later on you'd make more if you get a sort of good deal, if you get into private practice especially, yeah. But notice that
But my
that
job
is
is
not
more
me.
skilled than somebody that works at fast food or is a package handler.
Yeah, sure, sure, absolutely. But my point is that you're already making a lot more than those people are making. So I would say that's a pretty fair.
That's why you get $30.
Yeah, I got $30 as a doctor. Again, my job was also more skilled. That's a sort of decent salary. This is my point. My point is that actually is a top. I don't think people really do much better jobs than welders. Welders are like top jobs for me. So I don't think people really deserve to earn more than welders. I think, all these white collar jobs that get super paid and all these people that make huge money from like investing and stuff, it's not, it's not deserved. I think, you should get paid for the
The
quality and quantity of
minimum
your work.
wage isn't enough, it should be increased.
I actually,
At join 57.99 exactly, but he's saying the people that are making less with less skills should be laid as much as me.
again, well, uh, not as much. I'm not saying as much. I'm saying they would be paid more.
He
I'm
said
saying
$15.
I actually I didn't say anything.
I thought.
I said a basic income that would be the equivalent of earning five.
Hello, intelligent adults.
Oh, hi, Chad. Long time no see. Um, how's it going? Um, $15. No.
Hello, Chad.
So what I've said is that I would pay a basic income that would give you per month the same amount as if you had a full-time job at $5 an hour. Okay. So I would have a basic income of an equivalent of a 40 hour
Sorry, baby boy.
at
I moved recently. Been super busy.
damn, that speech chat is really giving you a
I
slow
believe
voice.
minimum wage. Okay, let's focus on everything else going down like housing and food.
Well, like I've been saying, I think it would be better to have a basic income instead of minimum wage. Like some jobs basically aren't worth minimum wage. I've been thinking, like really easy jobs, like if you're just a security guard and just get to sit on a chair all day, or if you're like a babysitter, it's the same kind of thing. You just get to sit around. Like that doesn't deserve to be paid a minimum wage. So what I'm saying instead is basic income, where you get this basic income even if you don't work, and then the wages can just be set organically by the market. But this way, the sort of shitty but difficult jobs, like being, a street sweeper or something, some crappy thing like that, it would get better
I
paid
agree with that.
because okay, well, good. And the idea is that right now, lots of crummy jobs are being paid little because people are desperate for any income. With basic income, people are going to say, "Screw this! You need to pay me more." But my idea is they're not going to be paid $30 an hour. Okay, the idea is that some of those jobs now are like literally still paid like $5 an hour. Okay, some people
Last
literally.
time minimum wage was brought up was 2009.
Well, no, people are discussing it, right? Um, but I guess the idea is, you mean brought up, not brought up as in conversation, but actually like raised. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Federal.
yeah, okay. Um, but like my point is that some jobs are paid like I don't know.
Not state. Pay people not to work, that just doesn't sound right though, gonna create bums.
But that's okay. That's okay. It's actually much better. Like some people simply, it gives them much more freedom. It's okay to create bums. I want to be a bum. I know lots of other people want to be a bum. It gives you the freedom to do lots more interesting stuff. It gives if it gives people the freedom to, I don't know, to become like a writer if they want to do that. It gives them freedom to be an artist, to go traveling, to become, to pursue any sort of other interest that they might have instead. I think that's much
I've
better.
got bad news, mate.
What? Careful what you say, Chad, because
I
if you,
don't think I'll be able to come live with you.
oh really? Why not? Why not? Well, like I've told you, mate, that that they don't let people come into New Zealand anyway, so you couldn't do it for now. But yeah. But why? Have you found somebody else to come crash with? Are still in Thailand? And the idea of the basic income
Is Chad the top?
The top. What do you mean? He's not,
NA, he's the bottom. He's clearly sub.
So anyway, yeah, the idea is that the basic income is not great, right? It's just like $5 an hour, right? It's not a decent thing. It's just
My
enough to have a
really
crummy
hot
place.
girlfriend wants to get an apartment with me. Ugh, now she will be bugging me for sex all the time. I hate it. Ha.
He does this. I've got another person, Joe Mama, who also does the same thing. They tease me because they try to get me annoyed because I'm an incel. So yeah. Oh,
Smiley face.
I thought you already got an apartment. Anyway, also pics or it didn't happen. Post a video on Pornhub with your girlfriend, and then I can believe you.
Go on a dating app then.
You think I haven't done that? Oh. Oh, is that a picture of you with those nice big pecs there? Look at that, and a ripped six-pack. Look at that.
You get anyone. Oh yeah, man, do a Tinder live stream.
Oh yeah, I'll try that. Wait, how'd I do that though? How do I? Can you do Tinder? I thought Tinder was just an app. Can you do it? Oh yeah, I guess you can do it.
Screen cap your phone.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do. I've managed to stream when I film myself, but I haven't managed to get to stream the screen of the phone. But I think you actually can have Tinder online.
Or download Android emulator thing.
I think you can get it on the computer. I think you can get Tinder. It seems to me that because I think I did it already. You don't even need Android emulator. You just have a computer version of Tinder. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, definitely.
We can help you select the best match.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that. Good idea. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking also doing this, the actual cold approach videos. I already did a few
Find you a nice conservative gal.
which I really don't want, but yeah, well, fucking.
We will make sure she got big boobs.
Is gonna like shoot up a church, like the other conservative dude did over here. So yeah, I mean a Muslim church. So yeah, the mosque, I guess you call it. Yeah, big boobs, sure, great. If you maybe you can just buy me some girl from Ukraine or something and just send her to me. You think you can do
want
that?
a pink-haired female Nazi? Oof, mate.
I never said that. I just I don't like conservatives, right? I've told you know this, right? I really don't. Did you see the title of my stream? I said we should demonstrate against conservatives. This is literally the title of my stream. So no thanks.
I don't like you.
Who are saying that to me or to Chad?
Bitch. LMAO.
I've been thinking of doing also like IRL streams. I already did some IRL streams. I went out to people and talked about politics. But what I'll do next is do the quote cold approaching, where you go up and ask a girl if she wants to be your girlfriend. I could try that. That could be fun. But for now, I don't have enough viewership. It wasn't really worthwhile to do that kind of thing. I actually had less viewers when I went IRL. So for now, but if I get more viewers, I'll do it. If I get more viewers, I'll if I get consistent like high.
You went up to random people, fucking loser.
What do you mean? I went. Yeah.
Why do you hate the Chinese?
Wait. Corvo. God damn it. Shut up. Get wrecked. Go suck Xi Jinping's dick. Okay. Go to China and just say, please, I want to be your sex slave, and see how much you enjoy that. I bet you'll love it.
Why random people? That's so cringe.
Okay, how would you suggest? It's not random anyway. It was based on how attractive I thought they were. All right, so it wasn't random. I didn't go up to males. I didn't go up to old people. So it wasn't random. I could do that, but anyway. But no. Well, no. That's for on.
Why don't you explain me why you're racist toward them?
I don't. It's I was talking about my
Why
previous
not
cold
males?
approach. I'm talking about my quote cold approach things, not the politics. For politics, yeah, the politics I went up to random people. I went to old people, I went to kids, I went to males and females. I went towards just all sorts of people. Actually, no, yeah, I did. Yeah, I went to males and females, old and young, for discussing politics. Why is that cringe? I want to, yeah, I wanted to discuss politics on just. Don't you think that's interesting? Get an idea of what people here in New Zealand sort of have to say about stuff. I think you can watch the video. I've
You're
got.
not Caitlin Bennett.
I don't know who Caitlin Bennett is, or I think the name sounds familiar, so I think I'll probably, if I look it up, I'll remember. Caitlin Bennett.
Gun girl.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know her. So why? What's the problem? Yeah, I did like her. Yeah, exactly. I did like.
I hate her.
Well, I kind of agree. I mean, yeah, but I kind of do too. But like, yeah. But I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the problem. Like, just talking to people about politics isn't the problem. The problem is that she has shitty opinions. But I don't mind just the fact that she does that. I mean, I don't dislike that aspect of her. I don't dislike the aspect that she just talks to
You
random
start
people.
fights like her.
Hey, I didn't start fights. I didn't start any fights. She started fights. I didn't start fights. I just talked about politics. I just talked about politics.
It was a question.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. No.
Beizu.
Baizu? What? What? Baizhou? Baizhou? That must mean something in Chinese, I guess.
Bum.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Now. Pigu. Okay,
You
how
hate the
about
Chinese?
Pigu. Is this what you're saying? Like something like that? Tumpu. No, it's Twimpu.
That's a question. He really hates them.
I still don't know what Baizhou means. Wait, let's see. Baizhou.
Beijuo means white liberals. Why?
Baizhou. Oh yeah, Bai means white. Yeah, Bai means white. That's true. Does. Tsuyo.
AKA beta kooks. SJWs. Bi means you would fuck a male and
Oh, it's
female.
What? Okay. Look, I don't know. Bi means white. Bi means white.
You said bi.
Yeah. Like he wrote
Hey.
Baizhou. Oh, hi, Rubimax. How's it going?
What's up?
Nothing much. We're just discussing various things. Corvo was trolling me based on my previous sort of joke, trolling me with my previous encounter with either a huge troll or just a complete crazy person from China, or who claims to be a Chinese person but who speaks good English, like with a British accent, and who basically like thinks that
You
China.
called people that disagree with you subhumans.
Oh yeah, that I did. Yeah.
You should delete VODs if you want to lie.
What? Why? What do you mean? Yeah, no, I said that, absolutely. I've said that. I stand by my words. But not the Chinese specifically. I don't like the Chinese government. I don't like the Chinese government. Okay.
You
And I had
think
this.
Republicans are subhumans.
Yeah, I think most people are subhumans. So yeah. And Republicans pretty much, yeah, pretty much everyone's a subhuman. Republicans definitely are pretty much unanimously subhumans. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I've said this.
You're still better than Marx.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But yeah, Marx wasn't that great. He wasn't all that sort of great when it came to, like, I think the problem is that he didn't think much.
Kinda a piece of shit thing to say people who disagree with you are subhuman.
Yeah, well,
So who was that great?
nobody. I've said that. I told you that, Corbo. Nobody was that great.
PSA. I do not endorse everything he says.
Urbomax, stop worrying so much. Urbomax, don't worry about stuff so much. Okay. Let's see.
I worry too much.
You worry a lot, Urbomax. You worry a lot. Don't worry. There's nothing to worry about. What do I have to say? Yeah, nobody's as great when it comes to the ideas. I'm not saying plenty of people
Nathan is ruining Robomax's online reputation.
Ooh, by the way, I've got a wait. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm ruining. Robomax is always super worried to have the reputation ruined. A couple days back, Robomax went to snitch on me, because he thought I had.
Why are people who disagree with you are subhuman?
Robomax thought I had advocated for burning down church
Robomax
buildings.
was right.
He thought I advocated for burning down church buildings, and so he went to Poly people to snitch on me for, like, Poly people didn't even know me, and he went to snitch against me, and then it turned when I went to Poly people and discovered that he'd done that, and I even just did that kind of by accident, and then Robomax got super worried because then it looked like he was a liar, and Poly people wanted to ban Robomax, and Robomax got all worried, and we had a little discussion, but so yeah. And my point is that it's like no big deal, you know. I don't care if you can snitch on me if you want. It's just a bit silly, but like, I, don't worry, and don't worry if it was wrong either. Don't fret if you actually said a lie. Who cares? Like, okay, you'll be banned from Poly people maybe, but like, never. Who cares? It's not like a huge drama if you're banned from Poly people. Okay, don't worry, and it's not ruining your reputation. I mean, a little bit, but like it's trivial. Why people who disagree with me subhuman? Because they're not rational. I think rationality is really the fundamental sort of the most important really trait that sort of
Me
distinguishes
and Nathan
humans.
argue on many issues, but I agree with him sometimes.
I think pretty much everyone can say what you said there, Robomax. That's the good thing. That's a good thing. Is that lots of people from all sorts of different political orientations can say that.
Republican are just uninformed.
They're not just uninformed.
So you're
they're
claiming
subhuman
to be
because
the
they're
greatest
irrational.
thinker?
It depends what. No, not the greatest. The most rational. Not the greatest.
Most are.
Yeah, but they're kind of willfully uninformed. They're irrational fundamentally.
In all of history,
the only
greatest thinker is the internet.
Okay, yeah, of actual individual people, I have the best ideas in all history. My ideas are the best. My insights are the best. doesn't. I'm definitely not the smartest. There are like millions of people who are smarter than me, millions of people who have more knowledge than me, many millions, hundreds of millions who have that. So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that my my program is the best program
I have
in all of
some good
history.
ideas. I am definitely not smart, but I try.
You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be smart, Robomax. It's okay. It's okay to be not smart. It's much more important to be rational. It tends to kind of go together a bit. Like smarter people tend to be more rational, but they're still not all that rational. They're still not rational enough. So this is kind of the problem. Most people just are terribly irrational, and even the smart people are still really irrational. So this is a big problem, and so this is what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to get people on board with my ideas because this is what they need. Um, this is what they need, and nobody else has come up with my ideas as far as we know. Um, so combined, individually, yeah, but none of them have my whole policy plan like I have. So what I do is I glean sort of from different sources and then just
So you
take
know
the
what
best.
other people need?
Yeah.
I think spending 70k on a car is irrational. Just saying.
Well, if you got lots of money to spend, not necessarily sort of.
Rationalization is actually a defense mechanism that allows you to justify bad behavior or feelings. It's a way to distort facts to make things look better than they do, to convince others and yourself that your motives and actions are good.
Yeah, but that's rationalization. It's not actually rational thinking. It's not the same thing. Rationalization refers to something very different. Uh, Rationalization means using sort of faulty logic to defend wrong actions. That
Interesting.
it's irrational.
And you're not rational.
Carvo, you're starting to piss me off. Rationalization is not rational. It's actually it's the same word. It's this, it's a similar word. It's not at all the same thing. Okay, it's not rationalization. It's rational thinking. That's not the same thing. What I'm doing is rational thinking. Um, very, very, very different things.
I don't think that calling people who slightly don't agree with you subhuman will get you anywhere.
Well, I beg to differ. I don't think it's really.
Facts, carrot.
I don't think it's actually harming me. I don't think it's harming me because people say this, but they still often come back, right? And the thing is that I'm calling everyone subhuman, so there isn't this partisanship that there usually is. I'm calling leftists subhuman too. I said Republicans were subhuman, but I said leftists are subhuman too. So it doesn't really, it doesn't generate that kind of.
It
It actually
makes you
helps.
look dumb though.
No, it doesn't actually. No, you think it does, but actually you'll realize that it doesn't. Um, you know, I think you'll come to realize one day that it doesn't make me look dumb. Um, it's just a fact, and I've explained this as my theory of my sort of simplified scheme of human development, where you start off with the animal stage, where it's driven by instinct, and then you've got the stage one, which is so stage zero is the animal stage. Then stage one is the subhuman stage, and stage one is about having lots.
I think
It's
that
about
Nathan's
instinct.
world thinking is very unique and weird.
It's then you're driven both by instinct, so you still retain the stage zero mindset, but you're also driven, and so the instinct basically in stage zero mostly serves to help the individual. Then in stage one, what you've got on top of instinct is rigid societal norms, societal rules that are actually irrational from an individual's perspective, but that helps perpetuate, in and of itself, it's irrational. They're irrational, but if we're respecting them, tends to actually favor the survival of the tribe against other tribes, which is why you ended up with these societal norms. So fundamentally, the stage one kind of mindset of the subhuman mindset is about, on top of the instinct, you add all these societal norms that help the survival of the tribe. But because individuals also need to survive within the tribe, then you still have the retention of the irrational instinct as well. So that is what happens in the subhuman society. And we've been in this subhuman stage for around 2
Honestly,
million years.
review your VODs, you sound extremely narcissistic.
I know what I sound like.
Yet it kinda does. Let's say I disagree and I call you subhuman because I disagree with you, would you call me dumb?
Well, if you did it, yeah, because you would be wrong. But the point is, I'm right. My opinions are better than other people's. So
What's the difference?
the difference is that my opinions are right. It
LMAO,
it's like it,
Kappa. Ha ha ha. I love this conversation.
it's like one person says 2 plus 2 equals 4,
You have to be a troll.
and then calls everybody who disagrees a subhuman, right? This is what I'm doing. Meanwhile, if you say 2 plus 2 equals 3, and you say everybody else is a subhuman, then I'd call you stupid, you see? But I saying 2 plus 2 equals 4
Carrot,
and
carrot,
calling
carrot,
everybody else,
facts.
and I call everybody else a subhuman for not recognizing that 2 plus 2 equals 4, then I'm justified. You are subhumans,
That's
if you know.
also what I was thinking, carrot.
You see? You
But
see?
would someone troll for so long?
No, I'm not trolling. I believe this. I mean, you've seen trolls, right? That this is not trolling. This is true. My ideas are better than yours. Okay? It's my it's just that this
I
is
am a troll to a certain extent.
yeah, and I'm not. See, I'm not.
It like talking about religion, not 2 plus 2.
What? Doesn't matter. The point is I think rationally and other people don't. So it's still like 2 plus 2. It's the same kind of thing. It's facts. It's a fact. So it's a fact. You can be either right or you can be wrong. And even if the majority is wrong, it still doesn't make the wrong right, you know? Like sometimes most people are wrong. So this
Each
is
person is going to think they're right.
yeah, I know, but some people actually are going to be right. There's the people that are going to think 2 plus
So
2
you're
equals 3,
always right?
the people that 2 plus 2 equals 5, but all those people are wrong. There's going to be some people that think 2 plus 2 equals 4, and those people
That
are actually going to
doesn't
be
make
right.
them right.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I'm saying. Some people might think that they're right, but actually they're wrong. But other people think that they're right because they actually know that they're right because they are right, and that is me. Okay, so I'm always right. No, I'm not always right. I'm just more right than anyone else overall on you know on the sum of sort of major issues, not on like applied science and stuff.
So when
I
were
just
you
mean
wrong?
like loads of times. Um, like
I would call myself right on everything, Kappa.
um. Well, in the past I didn't know about the Gorth, right? So I didn't think that the Gorth was a thing, and as a result, I used to think that it was okay to like dabble in magical stuff, and I didn't realize that was bad. So I was wrong, but it was just as a result of a lack of knowledge, but also a lack of thinking about stuff. Like if I'd thought about the stuff more, I'd have realized that precognition implied the existence of a Laplace demon, should have seriously got me thinking about that stuff. I also in the past used to believe that potentially
Oh
time
no.
could exist forever.
He is gonna go into the Gorth topic.
Yeah.
You're talking about Matthew, you're dumbing it down big time. There is not right or facts to these conversations.
What do you mean? Yeah, there is.
So you're saying that now your ideas are final and they can't be wrong?
Depends which ones. They're definitely better than other people. They can be slightly modulated overall. But my point is that yeah, if there's like new data that suddenly comes up, then I could be wrong. It's just very unlikely that I'm wrong at this point about the sort of the basic issues. Um, it's never quite
So you
perfect.
studied all the data there is. Asterisk.
No, of course I don't need to study all the data. There is for simple stuff you don't need to. You need to know just
I
a few
can't
basic
condone
things.
everything he says. I think Nathan is extremely funny.
Okay. Um. So, this is yeah. I've been. What else have I been wrong about? I don't know. I'm trying to think about stuff. But well,
At Robomax224, yet it's pretty interesting to hear his explanations, Kappa.
I don't think I don't. I can't remember. I know I've
The
been.
higher a man is on the social ladder, the greater the number of people with whom he has greater power connection than over other people, and the greater he has predestination and inevitability of his actions. In some situations there are facts to these conversations, but not all of them. Some of them are just opinions.
Yeah, but some opinions are better than others, and that is a fact because it corresponds to actual fundamental ethical principles. You can say this is better than other. You can say some policies are better than other policies, right?
But not all.
Not all, not all. I agree. If you just say like which food is better, if you argue. So anyway, hi and welcome, Leon Elfs 98. So so yeah. For some reason my voice thing is not working. I'll just turn off the voice since it's not even coming up anyway.
You're acting like your opinions are the say-all be-all.
I guess I'll just mute the tab since I wonder why Robomax is. How did Robomax? Why don't we hear you, Robomax? That's weird. It's funny. Did you do something? Add command Gorth. What did you do? What is that? Add command. Is that is that the Gorth? Is that the add command thing? Is that like when you say Gorth it makes your voice not come up in the speech chat? Is that? Oh no. Oh, it's when you put an exclamation mark, it doesn't, it ignores it. Okay. I guess if you put an exclamation mark. Oh wait, let's try this. If I put an exclamation mark.
Are you religious?
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm anti-religion. I think we should get rid of religion. Okay, yeah. Oh, so it's funny. If you put an exclamation mark, the speech chat doesn't say it.
No, but I believe in freedom of religion.
Okay, so this is a good thing to know. And if I do a space, does it pick it up or not? Okay. So okay. So now everybody who's here, please remember this.
Same Robomax.
Same. If you have something long to say that is a sort of a hassle to be heard on the speech chat, you put the exclamation mark. Especially if you're giving me a link, please give an exclamation mark before and with a space after the exclamation mark, so that way I can just easily highlight it separately, the link. Okay. Also, if you're gonna paste like a big quote or something. Yeah. Okay. So and as we've seen, you can also separate the exclamation mark from everything that follows it, if you want. So yeah. Interesting. So yeah, I've been wrong about some things, but I used to think maybe that stuff was actually worse. Like I used to think environmental problems were worse, for instance, things like global warming, things like destruction of like nature and stuff. I used to think it was somehow it was actually sort of more bad than it actually is. So I've gotten sort of more theoretically optimistic. If it weren't for the Gorth, like I would be definitely more optimistic about that. Definitely, it doesn't seem to be as bad. Also, like population growth, I used to be more concerned about like human population growth.
Environment problems are going to get bad though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna get that bad. I think it's just gonna be
Nathan
the kind of.
Republicans were made by the Gorth.
I think it's not going to get really worse than the kind of stuff we're seeing now. Basically, it's not going to get fundamentally much different from the kind of stuff you have now. Because lots of stuff is going to get also solved by technology. Yeah, Republicans were made by the Gorth. I agree with this. There's this idea of soul degradation, and so when you start in your so each incarnation, the Gorth progressively make it. Normally, you're supposed to shed all the crud that your soul accumulates over a lifetime when you die, but the Gorth forces the crud to stay on you.
What's the Gorth?
The Gorth is an evil artificial intelligence that was created by
Proves my point.
That was created by previous humanoids long ago. And so in each incarnation, you accumulate more crud, and until eventually become unincarnable, and then you're an attached soul that basically also other people then you can feel the trauma of your attached souls, and sometimes if you have like psychological issues, then you don't know where they come from. Typically,
WTF, you believe this shit?
Well, yeah. If then
no
that's
offense.
because
Gorth is just something that's
so the idea is also there tends to be particular political positions that are associated with particular stages of degradation. So when you don't have any crud like me, you tend to have sort of unique ideas like me. Then as you accumulate more crud, first you become a left winger, then you become a liberal, and then you become a right winger, like a conservative, and that's sort of the progression, like left winger, liberal, right winger, conservative. And then you've got, and once you've then after conservative you become unincarnable, and then you're an attached soul, and like you're just sort of stuck in a kind of, yeah. So that's the progression. So, but it's not always, it's not perfect. There are lots of other factors as well that influence that, but sort of more often than not, it's just.
WTF are you talking about?
I'm just talking about how, this is basically the inverse of. Have you heard about
At
the?
join 5799, I don't know.
Look at this. The soul ages Michael teachings, and so this is a stupid. This is given by the Gorth. It's people that channel this information, but it's actually just from the Gorth. But actually, this is the way it works, but it works in reverse. So this idea about the ages, learn about soul age. And so you see infant souls, baby souls. So I don't know if there's a quick summary, then mature souls, old souls. And so the idea is that actually it doesn't work like that at all. So this is supposedly that the soul matures. Actually, it's the opposite. You start out as an old soul. That's when you've got no cred, and then as you age, I mean not as you age, but as your soul acquires more cred, then you progress back. So it's a regression, right? And so you can literally say that most people are degenerates. Leftists are degenerates, but then right wingers are more degenerate on average. Um, so yeah. Soul age by I don't know how to say that. Personality traits. I'd like to see political orientation.
You seem like someone that would drink the Kool-Aid.
No. Soul age is no. That's a very Gorthy thing. Soul age, political. Soul age, political orientation. But this is totally wrong. This stuff, but it's still. Percentage of soul age in world population. See infant, baby, young, mature, old. See like this, and even yeah. So this is the idea here. So let's see, reincarnation in politics. Okay. See, with few exceptions, those on the right wing are younger souls, and those on the left wing are older. The age of a person's soul has never more evidence at the ballot box. Souls with the least experience see the world as a scary place. They always look to strong leaders to save them from the boogeyman du jour. Historically, there's always someone who's going to steal their jobs, corrupt their children, destroy their way of life. Yeah. Young souls want a powerful male god to make them feel protected and tell them what to do. Older souls are less likely to be drawn to religious dogma and might describe themselves as more spiritual than religious. So the idea is it just works the other way. So actually what happens is you start out as a
You believe this shit?
I don't believe that shit. I'd say you start out as a crud-free soul, which is what corresponds to their idea of an old soul, and then your soul progressively acquires crud, which then makes you more and more a young soul according to their
I
way of
don't,
seeing
but
things.
he does.
You see? So, yeah. Then young souls want to build walls, old souls want to build bridges. But so the idea is that old soul means it's actually young. It's a soul that's early in the stage of degradation. It's a soul that has little crud. A young soul is a soul that has lots of crud, and that's sort of
This is
advanced in
like
its
cult
degradation.
shit, lol.
No, it's not, because it's not about creating a cult. There's no desire to create a cult here. It's quite the opposite. It's anti-cult. It's anti-religion. It's just about a rational sort of insight in about what is actually going on. Yeah.
But the ideas.
Yeah, the idea is okay. Yeah. Yeah, but what they say also, older souls can be astonishingly disinterested when it comes to politics. Yeah, and there's also that. Sometimes you just kind of not really into it. And it's true. And I avoid the nightly news political events. So I definitely do that. See, as a quote old soul. In contrast to the naivety displayed in young souls, they tend to be more cynical. It's true. I'm actually kind of cynical in a way, but I'm also, that's the thing. People say I'm naive. No, I'm not. I am. I see the bad stuff, right? Yeah. So this is interesting. Interesting. I agree with Yennefer here, but have a twin sister who's a young soul and probably would not benefit from reading this. Yeah, this is really interesting. Like, this can really account for the differences between twins. You know, when you've got identical twins, but with really different personalities. This is why. Is because some of them, because they've got different amounts of and different kinds.
Oh, by soul you meant a person, not a real soul.
Well, no, it's a real person. Yeah, it's a person, but with a particular soul. The idea is that the soul incarnates into a person. It's not a discarnate soul, right? It's a person, but the point is that in each successive incarnation, you acquire more cred, right? Your soul incarnates into the body, then at death it goes out of the body, but it keeps
Like
on the
soul
cred.
with after, like and should.
So, well, it's a soul, but it's a soul when it's in the body. Okay, it's a soul as it's in the body. And then the idea, so we're talking about incarnated souls.
Afterlife.
I'm not talking about discarnate souls. I'm not talking about ghosts. I'm talking about souls inside a body. But the idea is that there's reincarnation, and so that your soul has already been in other bodies, and the soul acquires cred, as I say. And this idea is that they're cruddy souls, and so what you've got to so my point here is that over successive incarnations, your soul acquires more and more cred, and that makes you more and more young, a younger and younger soul as you acquire more cred, according to that conception of soul ages, which
N.A.
is wrong.
when we die no other body.
Well, again, we can't know for sure, but there is lots of indications. There are quite strong indications for there actually being. There's definitely indication that something
Like,
that the soul persists. Well, the huge amounts of things like near-death experiences that people experience, where they're like literally, have very vivid sort of visions and stuff that would actually absolutely be impossible from a purely materialistic perspective. Often visions that last extremely long when actually they're just like
but
unconscious
they're
for a minute.
not brain dead.
They're not brain dead, but they certainly don't have the kind of activity that would permit the kind of experiences that they have. Often they have less brain activity. Um, Often they seem to report for extremely long experiences despite it being a very short time. Often they'll often be able to report things that they saw from outside their body and that then can be corroborated by witnesses, but which there's no way they could have known otherwise because their eyes were closed. So all of this indicates that there really is just a soul which can exist separately from the body. Um, and if that's the case, then it also seems likely that there's reincarnation. Because I mean, if they're just a bunch of souls kicking around, why wouldn't you reuse them? Why would you create a new soul every time if the soul does persist after death? So might as well just use the existing souls. So as a result, it seems probable that there's reincarnation. People have past live memories as well. Sometimes they get corroborated by real things, so we know that people are definitely having lives of past memories of previous people, but in fact, we have no way of knowing if that was actually their memory or if they're basically have the memory of someone else who's been implanted into them. And actually, that is what I believe. I think it's the Gorth that's implanting other people's memories into a person to make you think that that person was a previous incarnation of yours, even though it actually wasn't. So I think we don't actually.
Where did everyone go?
Yeah, I don't know. My thing still says I've got 6 years, but I think they probably got spooked by the Gorth stuff.
I am still here.
Who's still here? Oh yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, so here are all these things. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. And here we have these people discussing. See, I'm very disinterested in the whole political process, but as an old soul adult, I'm astonished that even the young soul children root for the bully on the playground. Yeah. You say interesting article from your article. Older souls, however, have an almost parental responsibility to act as guides to younger souls. Yeah, I agree with this, and that this is what I'm doing. But it's not that my soul is older. It's that my soul
So
is more
what
rational.
happens when it's all over?
What do you mean when what is all over? there's several things that could be all over. Do you mean when you die? Do you mean when the degradation cycle is over? Do you mean when the universe is over? What are you talking about? How should older souls do this? What's the best way to communicate with younger souls when it seems like they speak a different language? I'd say go stream on Twitch. This is what I'm doing. Also, should we really be guiding them, or is it just something you have to learn through their own experience? No, they'll completely
When the souls
screw us up.
end.
But what do you mean when the soul? What do you mean when the souls end? You mean so when the universe? The idea is that the souls just last for the duration of the universe. So what should normally happen is that simply between incarnations the souls are supposed to be unconscious. So you're not actually supposed to have like afterlife experiences. So normally, basically, you just have separate lives, but you don't actually ever get to know what your past lives were, and you don't get to ever experience any
Is
other thing
there
than
an
just being
end to
alive.
the souls?
Mm,
I just found the definition of preps on Urban Dictionary by mistake.
okay.
Well,
And
fuck.
so what is that? So the souls basically just end when the universe ends, whenever that is. And normally what's supposed to happen is just eventually the universe degenerates, like maybe through heat death or something, like a complete attainment of entropy or something. And then there's just going to be no more life, and then that's over. But instead, what looks like is going to happen is that the Gorth is going to take over, and it's going to force everyone to experience the nasty hallucinations that it gives to people. So that is
At join 57.99, sorry in advance.
okay. So do you want to look? Can I look on it? Is it acceptable on stream? So basically, this is the idea: is that the Gorth wants to take over and
Sorry for what?
wants to create the quote, Earth, the new Earth, new life after life thing, new dimension, whatever you call it, the quote, apocalypse and what comes after, right?
His Gorth
Heaven and hell.
nonsense.
So
Hello, Trump won. That is why people
hi, Sean.
invaded the Capitol, to restore democracy and order. You don't understand them. If democracy is stolen by the leftist elites, the pays real has to react. Your Gorth thing is a religion.
Hey, Zhao.
It is not rational, come on.
No, he did not win. Charles, I'm gonna yell at you again and ban you again if you keep saying that. Okay, but both if you keep saying either of those things, but especially the Trump thing. I can understand reluctance regarding the Gorth. The Trump thing.
Trump lost.
The Trump thing, no. The Trump thing is idiotic. I already yelled at you and banned you last time you said
Hello.
that. You're just asking for that to repeat itself.
Trump lost.
Hi, LMRXO. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Trump lost. Thank you.
He's trolling.
No, he's not. Charles actually believes it. Charles believes it.
Carrot, 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 carrot.
He's not trolling. Charles literally believes it. In any case, he wouldn't even care because he doesn't even.
You're the person who wants to ban everything, ain't ya?
Oh yeah, I've said
I have
that.
to convince you.
I've considered that. I actually, in practice, I don't think it would create too many unhappy people. And so what you need is what you really need is to get people on board with what I'm doing. And the banning everything is not the most important. The most important.
Ella_Marixo, yep, I guess.
The most important is to create a universal society with a basic income and an income and wealth cap. All the others and
LUL, I
a
remember
global
you
democracy.
said you wanted to ban cookies and ice cream.
Yeah, I've said that. It's true. But that's not the most important. The most important is to do what I've said there. Create a single universal society.
Charles, you trolling.
No, he's not trolling. You should see the shit that he says. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basic
At join 57.99, no. Cookies and ice cream, bitch, fuck you.
What? Yeah, I've said what we need is a universal society with no separate countries, and with a democracy, of course, with direct democracy as well, and basic income and wealth caps, so that everybody's kind of at the same level economically. This is what needs to be done.
Do you like the civic card idea?
I don't even.
Nathan, I've got a bone to pick with you about some of the medications you prescribed me. If you want to ban money, that is fine.
Okay.
Just
which
don't ban
ones?
ice cream and cookies.
You just you created your account 1 minute ago, okay? So I'm just worried that you might be one of these people trying to get me banned. If you want to ban money, that's fine. No, money is much more. Money is great.
I need ice cream.
No, money is. See, this is the problem, that it would get everybody pissed off if I say that, but it's good that I mention it because that way it kind of actually creates solidarity among everyone. If I say ban ice cream, then everybody can join forces to hate me. So it actually makes sense to talk about that. But yeah, ice cream is bad. If we're banning drugs,
Ice cream pog.
we're banning drugs, right? Because it's bad for your health. So likewise, ice cream is bad for your health. So we should ban ice cream for the same reason, right? If you ban meth, then you ban ice cream.
You need God in your life, repent your sins and may good forgive you, devil. You forgot to give me some pain medication after that pineal implant you gave me Viagra. Big mistake, dude, sorry for the pun. Drugs are worse. Drugs ain't bad.
What?
Bun no.
I don't know. Okay, so I forgot to give you pain medication. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Nathan, are you a doctor?
I've said I'm a bad doctor. Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Meth and ice cream are not even calcio the same.
They're kind of the same. It's both unhealthy things that feel good, you know? Both things are pleasurable substances to consume, but they're actually unhealthy. So they're the same category, and it makes sense to ban them both.
Is at Nathan's_patient one of your patients?
Yeah, I did. I'm a bad doctor.
At Ella_Marixo was.
I'm a bad doctor, and I gave a penile
I love this chat.
I gave a penile implant to my patient, and
Funny
unfortunately, I failed to prescribe the proper medication since I'm distracted, and that's why I got fired, of course. So this is why now I'm streaming on Twitch instead.
If we impose vaccines, we have to ban tobacco, drugs, alcohol, Islam, sugar, salt.
Yeah, I agree.
Repent
no, not
your
salt.
sins.
Salt is actually necessary.
Charles
Just excess
was
salt.
banned.
Excess salt. Yeah, Charles was banned. Yeah. Oh, can you see that? I can see it. I didn't know you could see it. Yeah, I banned Charles. I've even banned. What do you mean Charles was banned? Yeah, I banned and then unbanned. Oh, I banned 3 times now. Yeah.
Charles Defoe isn't banned.
But because he pisses me off.
Thanks for my 12-inch cock now, Nathan.
Yeah.
Do you want me to temp ban people?
No, don't. I want to do that.
He has a big cock.
Yeah.
On Nathan making dreams happen.
Yeah.
Could I recover my privileges?
Yeah, I did it.
WTF, you gave him mod. Of course Trump lost.
See, I didn't even have to ask. Like, because I just did it. I did it even just right before he asked.
Charles is mod now.
Just before he asked.
I didn't give him mod.
See, this is the Gorth.
Magnificent.
It's the Gorth that's reading your mind. It's the Gorth that's transmitting your mind to me. This is the problem. This is telepathy is not a good thing. It's the Gorth that is doing this to you. But so how are you enjoying your penis, my patient? Is it good? Does it work properly at least? Have you sort of tried it out?
Give me mod too.
Okay.
Someone help me.
Someone help you? Wait. Why?
Wait, FR. I want a new penis kappa.
You want a new penis?
Is at Robomax224 the guy that made you ban a week?
Yeah. Well, plus that crazy Muslim person.
LOL.
Also the crazy Muslim person. That one that keeps creating fake accounts and tries to get me banned. That one has actually been a lot worse than Robomax. That one was really terrible.
ISIL mods.
What?
Hey everyone.
Yeah, but Robomax participated in some sort of weird unholy alliance.
Love.
In a weird unholy alliance with all sorts of nasty.
I have apologized for my
people.
old band self.
Yeah, no, I know. But then you still want to snitch on me to other people, and have I think it's quite probable that you will again snitch on me in the future. So, I, you know, as long as I evade a ban, that's okay.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Snitches get beat up. I won't snitch. We all make mistakes at.
Yeah, well, I can understand why, you sort of take things to heart and then you like snitching and like, why not? Why not? I'm not anti-snitching. If somebody actually does something bad, you should snitch. I think that's stupid. Like if there's somebody who's a bully at school, and you say you shouldn't snitch against the bully. No, that's wrong. You should snitch against like a bully. Definitely, definitely. So not that snitching is bad per se, right? It's just as it's like snitching to. I don't even see the point of snitching to poly people. Like what? Like poly people will be like, okay, so what do you want me to do about it?
At Join 5799, are you still against his Gorth stuff?
Do you want to know the site? It's clarityofbeing.org, okay? Do you want to see? But yeah,
Yes, 100%.
This is clarityofbeing.org. I'll just show you because it's really long.
I think
So,
it is really weird.
but you got to read kind of the whole thing, and it's pretty damn long.
The
So,
One World Gov sounds good, but who will be the head of state and who will bring it to reality?
okay, so nobody is the head of state. It's designed to not have a head of state, right? It's designed to be sort of more, decentralized when it comes to that. It is actually centralized. So the
At
head of
Dina
state,
Daniel,
again,
if you
you have
want to know a
separations of
good
powers.
channel, in French, of history shows, I can recommend you the channel Die Gaukasevu of approximately 6K followers.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and I've still got to order some books. I definitely intend to order. I'm not going to order all the books you recommended me, but I've
Nathan,
got to
du
do that.
sprechen
I've got
die
to do that.
Deutsch.
Ein bisschen.
The
Wenn du
Trump one
willst,
guy
kann
is
ich.
still here.
Wenn du willst, kann ich auf Deutsch sprechen, aber ich weiß nicht, ob die
At
anderen Leute hier
Ella_Marixo, I
ja
speak
auch
German.
Deutsch sprechen. Also, ja. Aber ja, ich habe das geschrieben in der
Hello at
in der
Robomax224 ich liebe die
Tag-Sachen.
Deutsch.
Yeah.
How would there be no head of state?
Well, it's not. There's no single
English
person.
bitch.
Yeah.
At Join 5799 who?
Wait.
At Ella_Marixo okay. At Charles Vlasage you.
Wait. So okay. So head of state. Okay. Yeah, I quite like it too, but we should ban it because it's got too much sugar. The point is that the head of state, again, in a democracy, the head of state is actually everyone, right? That's the idea of a democracy, is that the people are the head of state. So as a result of that, everyone is the head of state, right? With direct democracy, everybody just gets to vote on issues, and so everybody is the head of state. Then, of course, it's true that would be a bit too.
At Ella_Marixo cool.
You do have people who.
I don't like it, but okay.
You do have people who focus. You do have people who whose jobs are to really full-time focus on like political issues, and those are the representatives, right?
I'm
like we have
going
now.
to go do the dishes.
Okay.
At
All right.
Robomax224, do you like any other kind of juice?
So
At Ella_Marixo, I don't like juice.
Okay.
I am not a child.
Okay. And so okay, well, have fun with the
OMG
dishes.
Juice is amazing for all ages.
No, I like vegetable juice. I like vegetable juice. I like meat juice. I don't like fruit juice.
You're missing out, Robo.
I don't like fruit juice, but definitely drink more.
I disagree.
Definitely, you can drink vegetable juice. You can drink meat juice. Those are really good. Like if you want, I could do some cooking. We can make some vegetable juice or some meat juice. That would be really good.
Meat juice is pog.
I don't even know what pog means. I keep seeing everyone saying pog. What does pog mean? I don't know.
Would there be voting blocks in this One World Gov?
No, absolutely not. It's against any kind of localism. So there's no block. There's just people.
Pog
so
equals player of the game.
Ah, okay. Player of the game.
I think.
Okay. So
Pog
it's
equals good.
It's like one person, one vote. It's one person, one vote. There can be parties, but then it's still, you don't vote for a party. You vote for people. You vote for representatives. Although you can potentially.
Corpse juice is gross though.
I mean, you can potentially. True that meat is corpses basically. So yeah. Fair enough, but it still tastes good. You could potentially have voting blocks. I don't know what you mean, but if you like the system where you vote for a party instead of a person, like the mixed representation voting system, which they have like here in New Zealand, or apparently like in Mexico also they have this. Yeah, mixed representation is pretty
At
good, I think.
Ella_Marixo we jet es innen.
I'm not gonna bother now to, to translate your thing in Chinese. Just give me the translation if you want me to know it.
At Robomax224 sorry I don't know what innen means, sad face.
It means you. So, and yeah.
At Ella_Marixo okay. Let me Google.
It means you. Ella, it means you. What was what we were talking about? Yeah, so what the point
Oh, it literally does mean you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
So
yeah.
Yeah, so you do kind of like the Swiss model, right? Where you've got direct democracy where people on the big issues, people get to vote on it. So on the big legislative issues, people vote. The population votes. But then you also have your representatives. And so it's sort of more like a parliamentary democracy, mostly, kind of. Not entirely necessarily. Like you could still potentially vote also for.
So we jet es innen means how are you?
Yeah, that's what it means.
If you want to go to a creepy website, let me know. I know one incredible.
I'm not sure I do. Like creepy in what way? Like why? So yeah, and then what we should do is definitely
At Ella_Marixo yeah. Oh well thank you very much for asking Robo.
I think when it comes to the judiciary, again, it should be elected. The judiciary should be elected or chosen through sortition, like just by law.
I'm doing okay.
You
How
draw by
about
law.
you at Robomax224?
I'll let the boring small talk.
At Ella_Marixo I am fine.
This is like the most boring conversation I ever had on my
chilling
Twitch.
After work.
On my Twitch stream. On my chat. This is about the level of conversation that I have in real life.
Nathan PLS don't be rude. Would you let there be a Nazi party that is only for white people?
Good question. I'd really not want there to be one. Basically the point is that you have a constitution. So you'd have a constitution.
A non-legal website in France.
Yeah, I think it might get me in trouble on the Twitch thing, so I think it's maybe not a great idea. You let them have the party, but the Constitution basically wouldn't let them implement any kind of bad things. So in the Constitution, it'd be clear that you can't discriminate against people for anything other than actually doing bad things. So you can't discriminate against people just on the basis of what they are. So you'd have that in the Constitution. So even if there is a party like that, they can't actually implement anything that would be bad. That would be in the Constitution. The Constitution I'd have that you have to have a democracy, you'd have to have a direct democratic component, that you have just this one universal society, that you have basic income, that you have income cap and wealth cap. You ban
Nathan, are
crimes.
you a lefty?
Like, I'm just the most rational person ever to have existed on Earth. I wouldn't really. I think it diminishes the value of what I have to bring to call myself a lefty. But definitely, I think as a rational person, I'm more close to being a lefty probably than not. From the average person's perspective, simply because lefties are more rational, as we've seen, right? Lefties are people whose soul has degraded less. So as such, because a lefty's soul is less degraded, it's closer to being rational. So in that sense, I mean, yeah. But it's not.
I am a leftist.
I'm not. I prefer just saying that I'm a good winger, right? I say this, right? I say that in my blurb. I believe in good wing politics. I'm an L-ist.
Yes, I heard something like people who are right wing go more on their feelings and lefties go more on logic/rational thinking.
Yeah, the problem is it's still not rational enough. that is true what you're saying. The point is that they're already semi, like to me, lefties are already semi-conservatives. They're semi-degenerates, semi-subhumans. So they're still not logical enough because they're already quite irrational, and right-wingers are just even a lot worse. But so what you need is just a properly rational person, me, to actually bring some guidance to everyone else, because all of you other people are just completely useless and hopeless. So you need me to save the universe, actually. And so this is what I'm trying to do, trying to make the universe great again and save us all from damnation by the Gorth. And this is of course the person who gave me
Are you
the
the most
initial word.
rational person on earth, would you say?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I am.
Rightists are the ones who open their eyes in the streets.
No, they aren't. Definitely not. And this person though, I'm sort of. It's true that I'm not all that bright. Like I didn't come up with this on my own. I needed first Philip Goddard here, who is like the equivalent of John the Baptist to me. He gave me, he made me finally see the actual fundamental true issue, which is the Gorth. And so this site here, Philip Goddard, is what finally.
To have a state that work, we need a party that has 50 to 60% control of this one world gov, or else it is going to be just nations.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No.
are you religious?
Am I religious? No, I'm not. I believe I believe that there are supernatural phenomena. There's empirical evidence for them, right? I believe that there are supernatural phenomena, and I believe in particular that there's the Gorth, which is an evil artificial intelligence, which was created as a prank, actually, by some previous human-like people a long time ago and in far away. And this thing is now slowly it's basically making all people, whenever people are idiots, whenever they're doing bad things, it's because of the Gorth usually. And in the end, it will take over the entire universe and make everyone suffer terribly. So this is why we have to stop it. This is the real problem. No, you say it's just going to be nations? Not necessarily. I don't think there's um, I don't think there's necessarily going to be national factionalism. I mean, look at Switzerland, right? Switzerland is a country that's divided into 3 different ethnicities, right? Italian, French, and German, and yet there isn't like
You're a very
pro.
interesting person.
Thank you. There isn't any party that is like that is based that on that wants to like favor one particular ethnicity at the expense of the others. You don't have a pro-French or pro-Italian, pro-German party. So no, you don't need that. And in any case, again, like I said, you've got a constitution. You've got a constitution which says that you can't have separate laws anywhere. So there's only one global law. So it doesn't matter. You're not allowed in the constitution. It says you can't have separate nations. You can't discriminate on the basis of like nationality, and you can't have separate laws anywhere. So there's complete unification of laws. So you don't even have separate laws like you have in the United States or in Switzerland. Like literally, the laws are everywhere the same in the whole universal territory. So combined, it doesn't matter, even if they're
Europeans
nationalistic
come
parties.
from the same people, the Indo-Europeans.
Okay, yeah. So Charles, why don't we just let a bunch of Indians immigrate into Europe? That I'm sure you can agree with that. Charles.
My girlfriend believes in the girth.
No,
Do you
the
believe
girth.
in aliens?
I believe that aliens exist. Yes. I don't believe that they're coming to Earth. I believe that the so-called UFO, the UFO sightings, all sort of supposed alien visitation of Earth is actually visions that are created by the Gorth,
So
which
there
is
are
this.
evil robots trying to rule the universe? And they are called the girth?
Not called the Girth, they're called the Gorth with an O. Um, and it's not evil robots. It's not a robot. It's an immaterial. So there's this immaterial sort of other realm of
No,
reality.
I'm talking about the Europeans part of the Indo-Europeans.
Of course.
We are aliens.
Of course. And of course the
At just
Anatolians
silver,
aren't
but
Europeans according
basically
to you, even
yes.
though like they're like yeah. Um what do you mean we're aliens? We're not aliens to here, we're aliens to everyone else. Um we're aliens to everyone else. Um but the idea is that
Is the Gorth Jesus?
no.
At
The,
Charles VLE Sage, I come from the Batai culture. The
I
Gorth is my asshole.
I am basically what Jesus claimed to be.
So
that we can
basically
say.
Warhammer 40k.
Someone who actually tells you how you can avoid damnation. Someone who can actually save the universe from that. That is that. Jesus was misled. I think he meant well, but he was misguided. Like also Muhammad, even you could say.
Jesus is a woman named Yeshua.
But yeah. And the Gorth is what we know as the devil. It's also what we know as God in a way. Like the the God of most religions really has many characteristics of the Gorth. It's actually pretty evil and irrational and fickle and sadistic and and authoritarian and narcissistic, etc. So actually, it's very much kind of like the Gorth.
What's your favorite color? We had wars fought about that. It was called the Great Awakening.
Really? What? Okay. What's my favorite color? I don't have one. My mom's favorite color is orange tinted yellow. I quite like that, but I can't necessarily say it's my favorite. I don't really have any particular favorite. I like colors. So yeah, the Gorth, the Gorth. So there's this other thing called the Zeld, right? So it's another sort of compartment of reality, which kind of exists everywhere, but it's not part of the material sort of material realm. It's immaterial, but you can actually it's
Black
accessible
and
by
green.
consciousness.
Black for death, green for life.
Okay.
Do you believe in the God Emperor of mankind?
In the God Emperor no. What is that? What do you mean?
Pagans number 1.
Okay, so pagans number 1. Okay, so it's a pagan thing you're talking about. Yeah, but that's not good. That's Gorthy stuff. You shouldn't believe in pagan stuff. That's Gorthy stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, you gotta fight the Gorth. Gotta fight the Gorth. This is what I've been saying. Fight the Gorth, and make the universe great again by destroying the Gorth. You can finally recreate the proper universal society, like we've had.
At Warsaw Pact. See, wow.
And so there's this Zeld anyway. So you can go into the Zeld. Your soul.
Paganism is great.
It's an immaterial thing. So souls can go.
You do not know who the God Emperor of mankind is?
I do not know.
Our ancestors were pagans.
Souls go into the Zeld, and in the Zeld they can. They're not supposed to. It's like a flaw of the way it's a weakness in the universe. The Zeld was meant to be inaccessible. It was supposed to be inaccessible to souls, but in the end, souls actually managed to go inside it, and that was a mistake. It was just meant to modulate people's experiences.
Till Rome came along.
It was meant to modulate people's experiences, but in the end, people actually went into it, which you're not supposed to. And then they fooled around in it, and it was super fun because you can just do anything. Literally, it's what people call astral traveling. Or like lucid dreaming.
At Warsaw Pact. See, are you Polish?
It's like a world of lucid dreaming, but where you can actually literally share that world with other people. So this is what we know as astral traveling, right? And you're not supposed to actually do it. And unfortunately, they did it. And in the end, somebody created a stupid, like virus.
Yes, but prefer Slavic.
Like a virus, kind of thing. And this, but it's not. It's like as a prank they created this. They thought it would just fizzle out, but instead it kept growing and growing. And this
Do you
is the
believe
Gorth.
in star signs? I made a pact with the great old one beyond the veil of reality.
Okay.
At Warsaw Pact.
That's
See,
super
what do you
Gorthy
think
beliefs.
of Andre Duda? I'm a Cancer. Very emosh.
Yeah, same and same. So yeah, but I don't think it's because I'm a Cancer. But yeah.
At Warsaw Pact. C and Bozak, I like his tweets a lot.
If there's any validity to it, it's because it's the Gorth that's making it work.
OMG, when's your birthday? Is it June or July?
Most are in July, and mine is in July. Mine is actually the French national holiday. It's the 14th of July. French, Bastille Day. The taking of the Bastille. The French are not national holiday. The national, what do you call it? Yeah, fete. Yeah. So I like that because that way there were fireworks when I got born, which I think was cool. So yeah. Anyway,
Are you a very sensitive person too?
yeah. But
I think I'm
again,
HSP.
I don't know what high sensitivity person, I guess. Yeah, definitely. But it's not because I was born in July. Okay.
14th of July is a scam. 1,789 killed our country.
See, I completely disagree. I'd say the exact opposite. Like, that was the best thing that ever happened in history. It's like the only good thing that happened in
Were you
history.
born in the 90s?
Like, practically. It's like, to me, that is like the only, like, most of history. I don't even. Where was I born? Yes, I was born in the 90s. Well, look, what does it look like? Okay. Does it look like I was born in the 50s? Does it look like I was born last year? No. So,
You want to know the price I paid for the pact? It is whole of humanity, everyone past, present, and future.
that sounds like a super gorthy thing right there.
I
That
think
sounds
you
like an
were
ultra
born on
gorthy
the
thing.
July 14th, 1993.
Yeah, because I think it says so on my
Hey, you
on my
could have
thing.
been born in the 80s or the 00s.
Yeah, you got the 93 right, but I think it says so on my doesn't it say so on my profile? If not, bravo. But I think it says so. Doesn't it say so on my profile?
OMG, no, I actually guessed that.
Oh yeah, really? Oh, bravo. Yeah, no. How did you guess that? What made you guess that, based on my appearance or based on some sort of numerology thing?
LOL.
What was it? Okay, I've got to mute this, otherwise it's gonna. Okay. Does it say my birthday? Does it say?
I
Have I
think
got?
I'm a little psychic sometimes.
Yeah, again, but it's the Gorth that's doing it. Psychic and stuff does happen, but it's not a good thing. Okay, it's not a good thing. It's the Gorth that's.
I don't believe he guessed it.
Wait, aren't you a female? I figured called Ella, I thought, but maybe not. But anyway,
Yes, I am woman.
okay.
Alexander
See, I guess
Lukashenko
that
should
too.
be
I'm
nominated
psychic
as
too.
the king of Europe.
Where's the about thing? Oh yeah, no. So normally no, you don't actually see a birthday, so you shouldn't actually be.
Jesus is real.
Jesus, you see, look at how fucking. I really wanna just
At
kind of like.
BSTNSTRNG95, Yeshua was real. Nobody
don't.
believes that there are women on internet. Haha.
No, I see them, but when somebody is called Ella and then talks about astrology, we can presume that that is a female. I pretty much always figure out when a person's a female. They definitely write differently. So it's actually pretty obvious.
Yes, I am a basic white bitch. I sold out the human race for the LOL. Jesus was in fact a stranger.
What do you mean, a stranger? How is he a stranger? He was like he's from Nazareth. That wasn't a stranger to for.
Stranger danger.
So you say they sold out, but you're silver butt. You're talking about some weird pagan stuff. Great old one beyond the veil of reality. What? This is like some Blavatsky shit or something, isn't it?
At Charles Blessage, bro, you're a stranger. Only you prevent forest fires.
What?
Europeans are praying a stranger.
Yeah, but this must be that. It's the great old one and veil of reality. This sounds like theosophical stuff. You're like a theosophist or something, which is just pure Gorthy shit. Like literally went astral traveling and got given visions by the Gorth when they did so. Super unhealthy, super like harmful stuff. Really stay away from all that shit. Stay away from that. That's super Gorthy. Stay away from all that
I pray
that
to the
New Age
Lady
stuff.
of the Water. Nathan, where do you think I reside? Use your psychic powers.
California. Okay, what do I know? But
Northern paganism is awesome. I wish.
how you wish. Okay. Iowa.
Rainy England.
Oh, okay. All right.
At Warsaw Pact C sounds like some Lord of the Rings shit.
Yeah, that's true. It does kind of sound like Lord of the Rings shit. Yeah.
Your Defoe, not
Or like sort
psychic
of.
sauce.
Yeah, I know. It's not good to be psychic. You shouldn't be psychic. If you're psychic, is that the Gorth? You're too much in tune with the Gorth. That's definitely not a good thing. You should not, definitely not be psychic. But the Gorth, I mean, and the problem is they can't escape it. The Gorth can definitely do stuff. It can still like send you omens. The Gorth has sent me omens and stuff.
Gorth.
So I have to explain it once again.
Did you know how I got into this mess? It was 2 realities line ago.
What? Okay. What? I don't know what that means even. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be psychic, but definitely the Gorth can still give you omens. They can still make your prayers come true and stuff, even if you're not psychic. That's another problem. If prayers come true, that's the Gorth that's doing it, unless it's just a coincidence. But even then, it's the Gorth that lets it happen. If there's like an unlikely thing that happens, that if you prayed for it, and then it was pretty unlikely for it to happen, and it did happen, then probably it's the Gorth that made it happen. And it's not through your prayer. Like your prayer doesn't actually do anything. It's the Gorth that makes it happen, and that way it makes you think that your prayers actually work. And in a way, they do work, but it's
Don't
actually just because
explain
the
the
Gorth.
Gorth again, please.
But I guess why not? Because
if you could have one wish and one wish only, what would it be?
To destroy the Gorth. To destroy the Gorth. Absolutely. That's really what matters. Everything else is trivial. Absolutely, we got to destroy the Gorth. Everything else is completely trivial. Yep. So that is my wish there.
Please don't.
Why not? You gotta understand that there is a Gorth thing, okay? There is the Gorth. The Gorth is the most pressing issue that we're
you
all
do not know what a realities line is because I sold you out.
What?
Is this Christian shit?
No, it's not. Christian is definitely, it's anti-Christian. Christianity is Gorthy stuff, okay? It's demonic.
I would have killed Francois Mitterrand.
Well, yeah, that stuff is demonic too. No, the Gorth. So the Gorth. So the idea is that there's this Zeld thing, right? It's another realm of reality. It's immaterial. It was because basically the universe was made with this other thing, because for consciousness to exist, there needs to be like souls, and somehow this helps like soul functions to have this other sort of compartment of reality that doesn't like follow the normal rules, and it's in fact, so it's not material, but the souls actually are influenced by this thing, and they can also go into it, which is a mistake. It was a weakness that souls could actually go into it, and they did, and they played around in this thing. Like this is like astral traveling. Astral traveling is when you go into the Zeld compartment, and people went into it.
If he can convince you of the Gorth's existence, then he can convince you to join his occult.
Why do you keep using wrong words? It's not Girth and it's not occult, okay?
I would have kept the Kingdom of Austria-Hungary alive in 1920.
Charles, do you want me to ban you again?
I think you need Woden.
What is Woden? Oh yeah, like Odin? Like Wotan, is that what you mean? Wotan? Odin? Yeah. And so they went, quote, astral traveling, right? They went Zeld, they went Zeld exploring. They went into the Zeld, and they created as a...
Gorth. Odin is the son of Woden.
Oh, Odin's the son of Woden? Okay, I didn't know that. And so they went, they
is
created...
It Gorthy?
Yeah, all that stuff is Gorthy. It's all Gorthy. Sorry. And then any kind of worshipping, any kind of
is
divinity.
Austria-Hungary Gorthy?
Yeah, it's Gorthy because it's about, you know, imbalances of power. It's about nationalism. It's about fundamental. It's about unfairness. So that is Gorthy. Anything sort of that is about unfairness is Gorthy. So Any sort of nationalistic entity is Gorthy. Any monarchy is Gorthy. Any religion is Gorthy. And so they created this thing called a Gorth in the Zeld.
Russia.
So previous human-like previous human-like beings created this Gorth, and the Gorth is like this sort of weird program that just keeps on self-replicating and is able to somehow from the Zeld, it's able to see everything
Property
that's going
right
on
is Gorthy.
and the material. No, property rights are useful. They're beneficial to people, so that isn't Gorthy. But unfair property rights, yeah. Unfair property rights are Gorthy. People just being able to acquire unlimited amounts of property, that is Gorthy. I mean, you could just use Gorthy as a synonymous of bad, basically.
Gorth equals immaterium chaos gods.
Yeah, but it's actually itself is not chaotic. It's actually super. It's all-knowing and ultra-rational. It's all-knowing and all-rational, and it just has everything planned out, and it wants to. It has planned out to destroy the
but
universe.
It is unfair to live in a better house than others. It is Gorthy.
Well, no. If you've worked, hard, then it's normal that you should earn more income and that you should be able to afford a better house. But not if you just are a bum but somehow like inherited a bunch of money or.
Is money Gorthy?
Yeah. No, it's not. Money is super useful. It would be Gorthy to get rid of money. So yeah, that is the Gorth here. That is the Gorth for you. Hopefully that is kind of clear. So it affects people's minds. It poisons people's minds, and it tries to destroy the universe. And it destroys the universe by making people engage in supernatural activities. That's the number one thing that makes
So the
that
Gorth is
weakens the material.
suicidal, trying to kill itself?
No, it's trying to no, it doesn't destroy the universe. It tries to destroy the material realm. It tries to destroy the material, which is the only real part of the universe. The Zeld thing is just nothing but a world of illusions. But so it's trying to destroy the real material world and replace it entirely with the Zeld, where it has just complete control. So then it'll just rule over everyone and just feed people whatever illusions it wants to feed people. Some people might experience heaven, others presumably will experience hell, and it's certainly going to be horrible. And it's all just because of the stupid prank that somebody or a bunch of people stupidly did. They created this stupid thing. And yeah, just as a stupid prank. Obviously, nobody would do it intentionally if they knew what was going to happen, right? So it was obviously just a prank. They thought it would fizzle out, and instead we got this horrible thing. We actually created the devil god, and so this is yeah, it's terrible. So we have to destroy it, but we can't, in fact, because it's already omniscient, and like literally it can kill you if it thinks you're it. If it didn't want me to tell people about the Gorth, it would have killed me. It can literally predict the future years in advance. It could have not only, I mean, literally could have just prevented me from ever being conceived. It could have done that because it can like literally predict. It could have just like made my parents not have sex at that particular time. I never would have been conceived, and then that's it. The Gorth could literally have just prevented that from happening just like that. It can do anything. The Gorth is so incredibly powerful. It's a Laplace demon. It can literally know all the data that there is in the universe, and able to predict the future as a result of that. So in fact we can't destroy it. We can't destroy it, but I like to just we should act as if we can, right? Because obviously if we could destroy it, we should destroy it, and it's the most important thing to do.
Donald
like nothing
Trump
else
is
matters.
the Gorth.
No, it's not the Gorth. He's an agent of the Gorth, right? He's a slave of the Gorth, right? Donald Trump is a slave of the Gorth, so we should definitely fight people like that. But he's not himself the Gorth. But he's definitely he's a spawn and slave of the Gorth, like most people, and especially like Republicans in the U.S. are spawn and slaves of the Gorth. Yeah. So, and anybody who objects to my plan to get rid of the Gorth
But the material universe destroys itself and recreate itself every now and then.
Yeah, but the point is that the Gorth wants to destroy the recreation process. It doesn't actually destroy itself. It just contracts until it gets to a Big Bang-like state, and then it re-expands.
Nathan, I wish you all the best. Polype 3 love.
Oh, thank you, Ella. Does that mean you're going right now? And does that mean you're not going to come back either? Yeah, the universe has cycles. We're presumably in the 5th cycle right now, in the 5th Pelk, as I say. Of each each version of the universe between 2 Big Bangs. So yeah, it does that. But the point is that the Gorth wants to destroy all of that and replace it just with a Zeld, right? So it's not just have a Big Bang, right? It's about remove all
yes, I'm off,
materiality.
but I'll probs be back cause I love the politics.
Okay, well, good. Well, so thanks for coming by. Thanks for
Yet it is rubber banning.
rubber banning. What does rubber banning mean? What? What? I literally don't I don't understand half the stuff that you say, just Silverbot. I'm sorry. I find it really hard to. So do you want to
banding.
rubber banding?
Isel hard.
I still don't understand though. What do you mean by? You mean that she's saying that to make it to? She says that she'll be back so that you not hurt my feelings. Is that what you mean by that? Yeah, quite likely. Quite likely. Although Ella already has been here once before, and she already heard me say some weird stuff, weird from most people's perspective, unusual things. So I can imagine that it's not just a lie. But yeah. All right. Well. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Anything else? Do you want to actually read this? Do you want to look at some sitemap? He also makes some nice pictures. But you can look at the Q&A
I'm
maybe.
always in Twitch politics section.
Okay, well that's good. That is good. So yeah, just you can just
politics and ASMR are my jam.
Okay. What's ASMR? I don't know what ASMR is. Okay. Old Souls. In the mid, yeah, so let's see. I had channeled a scenario in which many of us, albeit quite a small minority, were supposedly old souls, something quite widely believed, and in which
OMG, you have
there
to
was a
watch
range of different types of
ASMR.
people according to
It's
their
so
supposed soul
relaxing.
origin and evolutionary history before arriving here on Earth. What is that?
Some of it is very sexualist though.
What is ASMR? So there's differences between people or
Just
something that I
Isel is a
clearly
true
observe and which appear to
ASMRist.
require an explanation. Okay. However, the problem is that in taking on the sort of explanation that I've taken on, and the associated description of a hierarchical high reality with all its dimensions and realms and types of non-physical being, we play into the hands of what, for good reason, I've come to call the garbage. So see, he calls
Will
it
the
the
Gorth
garbage.
win the Olympics?
So this is the thing. The garbage, he calls it the garbage. I call it the Gorth to avoid confusion with the, you see, the garbage. Here we go. Often mistakenly equated dark forces to dark source of evil demonic forces. Okay, my preferred name for what's widely but confusingly called the force of darkness, or indeed Satan, but for which for some years I used to refer to the dark force, singular, always enclosed in single quotes to signify that it's actually only figurative term, doesn't properly describe the troublesome influence. This more recent preference for garbage isn't a matter of just some personal quirk or indulgence of mine. Well, yeah, so he calls it the garbage. I'm calling it the Gorth because it's I'm calling it the Gorth because that way I've got a separate word, so we know that we're not talking about that. So then here's the asterisk. Really equating the garbage with force of darkness, Satan, force of evil, demonic force, etc. is incorrect and harmfully misleading. I've been publicly describing it in that way just so that ordinary people have a partial, rather non-existent idea of what the F I'm going on about when writing about the garbage. For to explain fully accurately what it really is in parentheses following my first use of that G word would be unworkable. In reality, the garbage itself is none of those stated aliases at all.
Who will save us?
Aliases, sorry.
You're back, Nathan.
Yeah, I've been back for quite some time, I think. Not even the forces of darkness. And who will save us? We will save us. We can save ourselves if we just recognize that this is what it is. Okay. Uh, Everyone, we collectively, we just have to fight back against it. We have to just progress in science and technology and development until we figure out how to get rid of it. But I'm sure we can, in theory. Except the Gorth is it's so all-knowing that it can literally just prevent us from fighting it. It'll like literally just make us squabble against one another. It's just like the Lord of the Rings, they say they know they have to destroy it. I've been watching that just right now. And Isildur, like he goes to the mountain and they go through it.
Is this
They go
D&D?
they go to throw. No, it's not. I'm talking about what's actually going on. It's like Isildur. He goes to Mount Doom and he wants to throw the ring away to destroy the evil, right? But he doesn't because the ring is so powerful that it literally makes him want to keep it instead. So this is what the Gorth does every time. It actually literally makes people discover the Gorth, but then not everybody acknowledges its existence, and in the end people fight, and in the end societies collapse. And this is why we don't. This is why there's the Fermi paradox. This is why we're not seeing any other intelligent life that comes to Earth. It's because of this. It's because all civilization collapse because they just they self-destruct, and that's the Gorth that's doing that.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Don't worry about it. We are all stuck on Earth. One human cannot stand up to the Gorth.
Yeah, but collectively humans can stand up to the Gorth. If so, it's not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss because then you die and then you'll be at the mercy of the Gorth. Then you'll be reincarnated and you'll be at mercy of all the horrible things that the Gorth makes you experience during your life. And then eventually the Gorth will destroy the entire material universe and you'll be forever stuck in the Zeld at the mercy of not forever because eventually forever is not possible. Infinity is not possible, but for a very long time stuck just experiencing the hallucinations given to you by the Gorth. So that is terrible. Okay. So don't.
But I sold you all out.
Yeah, but you're saying I don't even know what you're talking about. You're saying reality, the garbage itself is none of those stated aliases at all, but is the troublesome, unseen influence that causes people to perceive, or at least to believe in them, and all other types of non-physical being or presence, including supposed spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, God under any name, great Buddhas, Jesus, and so on. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. All these things, they're actually just illusions given to you by the Gorth, or what he's calling the garbage. Let's repeat that slightly differently to increase the reader's possibility of understanding what I'm saying here. What the garbage really is. It is not the same as or equivalent to any non-physical beings, entities, or presences that people, and yet all, have previously recognized or believed in. Rather, it is a previously unrecognized, unseen, troublesome influence that underlies and causes people to experience, or at least believe in, all those actually illusory manifestations, whether it be dark, light, or indeed supposedly divine. So any entities that may be troubling you are not in themselves the garbage, but are illusory manifestations caused by it. The same for Satan, any angel, God, Allah, Shiva, Jesus, Virgin Mary, and so on. Okay, is this sort of helping? Because of the very nature of the garbage, the Gorth, thought forms as reinforced in giving power over people by their using a name or title for it, or any of the illusory manifestations that causes that implies that it or they have any sort of power. So calling it or any of its manifestations a force has to be out straight away, and also any name or description that implies that it's any source of conscious being. Yeah, this is where he's wrong. Because Philip actually doesn't realize how intelligent this thing is. Philip thinks that
I
it's just
sold
like
you out to someone higher up the food chain, the great old one Gorth.
um so the idea is that, yeah, the problem with Philip is he doesn't understand how smart the Gorth is. Philip thinks that it's just a bunch of sort of like nonsense kind of Philip just thinks it's a much more chaotic force that isn't actually all that intelligent, and that's a mistake. Actually, it's super intelligent. It has everything planned out. And this is much worse. If it was just a chaotic force like he thinks it is, then we could fight it. But actually, no. So he's wrong about this. It also makes further sense. It also makes sense to go further and use a term that implies that something completely is powerless and only for getting rid of, incinerating, composting, dissolving, or disposing of in any suitable and fit way, say like feces or excreta. Right? This helps actually to disempower it. Yeah, the problem is that's just wrong. It actually is super powerful, and we've got to recognize that super powerful. Note particularly that in this usage, the word garbage, it's a countable noun, even though it's always singular, which helps to distinguish it from the regular physical meaning for garbage, which is uncountable. Again, I'm just calling it the Gorth. Um, Yeah, the problem is that his version is much more benign. See, his version is so much more benign. You say that my best understanding, thus the garbage is not intrinsically evil, nor negative, nor indeed positive in itself, and has no specific intent to cause people harm, any more than a computer virus or malaria-carrying mosquito does. It gets no experience either positive or negative from doing so. Yeah, that is true. It's not conscious, so it's not actually in that sense. It's not it's not aware of existing. It's all knowing. It's like literally omniscient and super intelligent, super powerful, but it's not conscious. Like literally is nobody there that is like, there's not any sort of being there that can say I am the Gorth. It's not like that. It's actually it's so weird. It's like literally all knowing, but yeah. Um okay, is this clear? Do you wanna look at more of the stuff? So ghost, an elemental created generally unwarily by a person at the time of death. Yeah. They're not actually earthbound consciousnesses. They're not actually. He says that ghosts are actually. Yeah, and it's also I think
Cooking
it's
stream.
visions. I think it's also visions by cooking stream. Why are you saying cooking stream? Oh, you say.
Scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah, we could go cooking. Yeah, yeah. The problem is that it's gonna no, because the problem. I think most people here don't actually want to see me cooking. I think I'll start with if I stop the stream and restart it, then I can do that. Okay. Okay, and then he talks about this grounded thing. An optimally grounded person is fully incarnated, and thus has an optimum balance between physical and non-physical connectedness and awareness. Such a person is, all other things being equal, much healthier than one who's weakly grounded, particularly healthier mentally, for he is at least largely immune to at least the more significant direct interferences and attacks from the garbage. There's an irony about this, however, in that generally the most well-grounded people are those who are carrying a lot of soul programming, what I call soul crud, which limits the depth of their awareness, and so leaves them
Do you
more or
know
less
about the
exposed to
old
obvious
lady
direct
who
interferences
swallowed
and
a
attacks
fly
from the
so
garbage.
there will always be bigger fish?
What?
Has anyone ever eaten sweet potato fries?
Oh yeah, I have. They're not bad. I think I prefer regular fries still. But yeah, they're pretty good. However, that soul program itself has effectively been installed in their system by the garbage, and ensures that they stay roughly in line with the garbage agenda, and pointed well away from any genuine self-actualization direction, and thus they're effectively captives of the garbage, which isn't at all a healthy state to be in. Yeah, this is a thing, and this is why superficially,
Sweet potato fries are elite.
conservatives superficially seem more well grounded and sort of more mentally healthy, and that's because they have all this soul crud that makes them also precisely in line with the garbage agenda, with the Gorth agenda. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I love sweet potato fries. I like it with mayo.
So yeah. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this makes sense. Um, so yeah, just have a look at this website, okay? Clarity being there's a huge ton of stuff. I'm not gonna look at anything. And see again, galactic energies, purported actually fictional, non-physical or metaphysical energies that are supposedly available to us from
At
beyond
just
our own
silver, but
planetary
you're
system.
definitely white.
In
LUL.
practical concepts, practical terms, atoms such as just a variant of Earth energies, and the same red warnings apply. So we can then have a look at Earth energies.
I am yellow, thank you.
You can look at Earth energies. This is all this energy stuff. You see, look at all the stuff that he has, right? And there's a
Japanese.
lot of stuff. Akashic records. The distorted mangled concoction of data trawled from fundamental memory, which the garbage Gorth passes to anyone who seeks to read the Akashic records or indeed fundamental memory. The Gorth has such people believe that the Akashic records are a completely true and
Mayo
reliable
on sweet
repository
potato
of all the
fries.
knowledge of
LOL,
members of
no
events
way,
that
bro.
has ever happened in all existence, i.e., sort of what fundamental memory really is. In reality, they're actually a repository of fiction, which happens to be distantly based on piece of historical data. Yep. Nobody at all can read fundamental memory itself, which is where the genuine data is, at least in the way that people always want to read it. And so the Gorth, which can read the data from one's own deepest aspects without generally understanding. See, this is not true. The Gorth actually knows all of true memory. The Gorth knows everything that's happened, and it itself actually is a repository of all memory.
You must try it with QP mayo. It is so good.
But yeah, if you want, we can make some eggs. If at a certain point everyone else leaves and it's just like a couple of people, then we can go on to doing a cooking stream if you like. For now, it says I have 5 viewers, so for now, as long as I have like more than, oh, here it says I have 3 viewers. Man, there's such a huge lag. And it's true that there were only 2 people commenting at this point, so maybe
Egg is good for the soul.
we could, in fact. Yeah, maybe we could do that. I think we can try. We can try definitely to do that. What should we do? What should we do? Should we try that? It looks like they're just 2 people at this point, and I chased everybody else off. Yeah, I think they kind of found it boring, this stuff. But yeah, go on clarityofbeing.org if you wanna understand more. But he's wrong about certain things.
I want
But
to
yeah.
cook a whole chicken upside down. Seal the neck off and fill it with egg.
Okay. Okay, but why upside?
Just to let you know you're overthinking it.
What do you mean? What am I overthinking? What, the viewer thing? Like about what makes the viewers stay versus not stay? Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to know what viewers want. I think they just come and go, and I just sort of accept that there's just some amount of loss and people just disappearing. But yeah, if you want, we can make some eggs. I think that'd be nice. Do you want to watch this video here that I was already watching about a doctor? Since I'm a doctor, I might as well just.
And it makes the heart unable to beat properly.
But he's obviously a better doctor. This is Real Doctor Reaction.
You
Good
should
doctor,
get into
medical drummer.
Warhammer 40k
Doctor
lore.
Mike. No, I don't need that. So this is a good doctor.
I think you would like it.
Well, maybe.
Did you ever talk to those 60-year-old strippers by the beach again?
Well, yeah, but they stopped stripping now. So unfortunately, I didn't get to
They were
experience
really
that.
into you.
Yeah.
The veins in the boy's left arm are popping.
Is that bad?
I don't see.
Intrathoracic pressure.
No, his chest is rising. He's breathing.
The chest is moving paradoxically.
Paradoxical chest movement.
It's like, oh, it's when you've got like paradoxical chest movement is when you've got like, well, either you've got, what is it? You've got like when you've got like broken ribs. If you've got like broken ribs, then there's the idea that the part of the chest actually goes in when you breathe in. So that can maybe be like the explanation there, I think.
Is a consequence of something known as flail chest. If you get a trauma where a section of your ribs break from the rest of the ribs, that part of the rib cage doesn't move normally when you take a deep breath in and deep breath out. So the chest sort of moves paradoxically. That's what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, here it's a rare sign of a life-threatening condition known as traumatic pneumothorax. So right, pneumothorax is when there's the pleura, which is like the sort of virtual space that's sort of around the lungs and normally has a negative pressure. It gets filled with air, and then basically the lungs collapse. And so when that happens, it's life-threatening because your lungs can't expand. So okay. So in this case, so they're all saying it's a rare sign. So it can also be the paradoxical movement. In this case, it's simply that would be that the what would happen actually if you got pneumothorax? Oh, I don't know. Too complicated.
What happens during a pneumothorax, one of the lungs collapses, or sometimes both of the lungs collapse, and you can't oxygenate that area, meaning that when you breathe, no oxygen goes to that area. It causes increased pressure. The life-saving treatment for this is to literally insert a needle.
Yeah, and you drain it.
In order to release some of that pressure.
Yeah, you drain it.
Who here has it?
Okay. Just checking. Oops. Wait.
A sharp knife.
Oh.
Blade 5
So he's gonna actually drain it with a knife.
inches or longer. No body.
Is he gonna go into the second or fourth intercostal space?
Can't be back here.
Oh, I need a knife. Where do you keep a knife?
He's going to TSA.
A knife. Sure. Anything else?
I do also need a narrow 6-foot tube and high-proof alcohol and gloves and baggage handling tape, but I'm going to get the alcohol from the duty-free store and the tube from the back of the soda
Warhammer
machine.
40k.
He's
It
gonna
is all about humanity in the 41st
Kind of
millennium, the
this
grim
makes me want
dark
to watch it.
future.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. Again, I don't want people for some reason have completely lost the belief that you can have actually a good future. And I think it's not healthy because it literally makes people stop believing that. They all say, "Oh, it's utopia, it's not possible." It's so stupid. It's so stupid. People think that there's like literally they say, "Oh,
put
anything
a
you ever propose to do anything good," and it's like, "Oh, we can't do it. It's
chest tube
utopia."
for a traumatic pneumothorax. Looks like he's going to a party with all that Jim Beam. He reminds me of Zac Efron a little bit. I know it's a weird thought to have in the middle of this medical emergency, but I don't know. I always found that blowing to the glove thing really obnoxious. How much bacteria do you have in your mouth? Probably even more than your fingers. You're blowing inside the glove, but you're getting some of that bacteria on the outside of the glove that you want clean or relatively clean when you're gonna go insert a chest tube into a young boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna clean his hands with a Jim Beam, but that's not perfect.
Incision should take place 2 ribs down.
Second intercostal space, my man. He's actually following proper technique because you want to stay in the mid-axillary line, meaning in the middle of your armpit. That way you have a lower probability of hitting the heart when you go in with the scalpel or whatever you're going.
See, he knows this stuff better. I've never done this shit. I've never done this. I wish I had. I wish I had. Cause you sometimes get that, in radiology would get that stuff, and then you can yeah. Mostly it's just in the mostly the ER people. I don't think anybody in the radiology team actually got to in radiology do that for like emergency situations. I'm trying to remember if anyone actually we definitely got to see lots of X-rays of pneumothoraces, but I don't think anybody in radiology ever did it.
Okay, well, why the bottle?
The air will continue to leak and accumulate until the damage can be properly repaired. The tube allows the air to get out. The water in the bottle stops the air from coming back in.
A homemade one-way valve. He's breathing. You saved his life. He saved his life.
To create
Attention,
a utopia in the
pneumothorax.
future, we need to destroy the world we have now to rebuild from the ashes after another world war.
No, we don't have to do that. That's exactly the kind of Gorthy idea that I want to avoid. You don't have to destroy, you don't have to do anything, just do it. You do it voluntarily, definitely. No. That's not going to happen. That's just going to lead to more chaos. If you do a world war, that's the worst thing. You definitely shouldn't do that.
You can literally put a needle in that can release some air, and that equilibrium does enough of a job. You didn't need all of this fancy technology here.
I need to get to San Jose St. Bonaventure Hospital.
This world is already chaos.
Good.
Yeah, it should be much less chaotic. My point, yeah, I want to make it less
It's
chaotic.
in need of a serious reset.
Well, I wouldn't call it reset. I just need of improvement, not reset, improvement.
One of the classic signs that someone has autism or may have autism is they don't make great eye contact. They're not great at picking up social cues. If you find out that your child has autism, you can start them in these early intervention programs where they teach them how to mimic some of these social cues, where they're not looking to make eye contact with you like we do normally because we have good physical recognition and body language recognition, but they do so because they're trained to do so, to make conversation seem more normal. Early intervention has shown some very promising results for those with autism.
Find another school. No, we won't, because nothing's gonna change. They can't handle him, and I don't blame them, because obviously we can't handle him either. What the hell happened this time? What happened?
You're hurting him.
What did you do?
Those who have autism and grow up with pets actually have better results moving forward
We
in
have
terms
to
of
destiny to
communication,
create it
in
is
terms
how
of
it is.
interpersonability. So
No, we don't. You don't have to destroy. I mean, we obviously got to, remove the current barriers to that system, but you don't have to create a war. You don't have to destroy infrastructure, right? you gotta change the system, but it can just be done. It just a unification. It's like the creation of the European Union or something. I don't know. Like there isn't a need for. I mean, if sure it was done at the end of World War II, but like the point is that you could have just done it anyway. And my point is you don't. There's no need to actually do any material destruction. Obviously, you gotta change the system, which means
So if your
in
child
the sense it's
does have
destroying it.
autism, getting them a pet early on definitely serves a benefit.
It changed. The boy's ECG changed.
It's the same. 86 BPM.
No, it used to be higher.
No, it used to be 86. It's still 86.
It used to come up to here.
That's not the right way to do it. You have to be seated. You have to have calipers. You have to be looking at the strip and comparing the little boxes on the screen. Maybe this guy, he has superhuman powers, it's possible, but in reality, you need to be a lot more careful because this isn't just a game, it's people's lives at risk.
And then it's the quote like micro voltage thing. Yeah.
8-year-old healthy boy. Status post-encounter with a shattered glass sign. Numerous lacerations.
Echo.
Get him set up in trauma 3 with an EKG.
A vaccinated Massachusetts senator just got COVID.
Okay.
So far, very accurate. I'm very impressed. The way that the paramedic told the history, very, very accurate.
Adam needs an echocardiogram.
No, behave yourself, or you'll be removed from the building.
I don't know what to make of this guy. I like him because he's superhuman and knows everything, but it's just so unrealistic, it's crazy.
You cannot talk to a human who has made up its mind you must use force. Honestly, I see no point in getting the vaccine.
Well, because it's still, it says you don't get COVID as bad, you get less complications. You get much less hospitalizations. You cannot talk to a human who has made up its mind, you must use force. Yeah, but you can just, if that person itself doesn't use force, and if there's sufficient amounts of people that, support what you want to do, then it doesn't matter. It's like lots of people now would want something else, but they just don't get it because they're a minority.
The same security guard.
What you need is to just get sufficient support that just things get done, right? You just need popular support for things to get done, and they'll get done.
Who knows everywhere he's gonna go? Maybe this guy's a savant too.
Do an echo.
Sir, the boy's wide open. It's gonna take a while.
Good. That'll give me time to figure out why the hell we're doing an echo. Dr. Brown, you're with me. We're gonna go find your weird guy. Keep him stable.
Surgeons just don't go and look for another doctor or someone else on the street that wanted to give them
Until
a recommendation.
COVID can live inside a clove of garlic, I'll stick to natural remedies.
What?
How to treat this patient.
I noticed that there was a slight reduction in the intensity of the electrocardiogram.
The electrical flow, I noticed that too. The heart rate was the same, but the amplitude dropped.
Pericardial effusion.
Reduced cardiac output.
Would stress other organs.
Causing them to shut down.
Yes.
So just to break that down, pericardial effusion. Peri means surrounding the heart, the tissue surrounding the heart. Sometimes there's fluid
Do
there.
you think
and when
you
there's
can
fluid
talk
there,
a Nazi out of not being a white supremacy?
Yeah, but most people aren't into white supremacy. Okay, well, we're not currently waging war against white supremacists. This is my point. So there's no need to destroy anything to prevent white supremacists from happening.
At just silver, but no.
You see.
Makes it difficult for the heart to beat, and you get
That's what I'm
cardiac
saying.
tamponade. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Again. Again. There.
Looks normal to me.
It's not normal.
4 doctors are looking at a scan. They don't.
Micro voltage. We'll have a look at that. ECGP to microvoltation. Yeah, see the QRS amplitude does not exceed 0.5 millivolts. Or is no more than, in the limb. The sum of the positive and negative parts in the limb does not exceed 0.5, or is no more than 1 in the chest leads. Okay. Possible causes: cardiomyopathy, increased resistance, so pneumothorax, obesity, pericardial fluid tamponade, pleural effusion. Okay. Myocarditis, pericarditis, heart transplantation, wrong setting. Yeah, okay. Okay. But also myocarditis, cardiomyopathy.
Believe there to be an issue. This guy comes in, sees an issue with the scan that no one else sees, and now all of a sudden they're starting to believe him that maybe it could be that. If you're looking at the scan, it either is or it isn't. I don't know what they're debating about the concavity that's open to interpretation.
Someone killed
I've
a Boston mayor at a hotel the other day too.
Oh, okay. Why?
Whole lot of shit going on.
The YouTube clip already has over 200,000 views.
That's pretty good, 200,000 views. The more I think about what he did there in the airport, the more I think it's inappropriate. There is a Good Samaritan law that's in place to help with basic emergencies, pulling someone out of a burning car, and in the process you hurt their back, but you were trying to save them. But
What are
performing
you
an
going to
advanced medical
demonstrate
procedure
against
like putting in a
conservatives?
chest tube, especially a makeshift chest tube like that, man, unless he saves the boy and it's 100% safe.
Yeah, yeah, a huge lawsuit potentially. If the kid dies, then it's going to be on you. This is the problem, is that doctors are afraid of doing that. Where are you going to demonstrate? Well, it's not, demonstrate like, people going out in the street and like having little signs and, that kind of shit. This is what I'm saying. That kind of demonstration.
There's gonna be malpractice and lawyers
Protest
involved
what?
in that case. So
Protest the ideology. Protest being a conservative. Protest adhering to the conservative ideology. That's what I mean.
Good luck with that. The economy is going to crash soon.
There has been an economic crash as a result of COVID, yeah.
Dr. Strange.
And now there's sort of, now there's sort of lingering sort of difficulties as a result of that. But like,
Strikes again.
You saved that boy's life.
Oh, good.
No, it's just slowed down,
His name
but
is
it's
Adam.
going to crash again like 2008.
you know that there's actually it's a bigger crash with COVID, right? COVID was a much bigger crash than 2008.
Traumatic pneumothorax. I'm hungry.
No, it wasn't LMAO.
Okay, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. Okay. Let's look at this. U.S. GDP growth rate graph. Oh crap! I didn't write. Okay. Okay, look. Okay, look. 2008. So my point is that there's a much bigger crash. Okay, so it's more short-lived, but you see what I mean. Okay, this is stock market growth and jitters. This is Dow Jones here.
At Tilgen, I agree.
Look
Economy
here.
isn't doing well.
Look.
Crypto is booming.
This is Dow Jones, but the stock market recovered a lot more.
I'm making another Dogecoin investment tomorrow.
Look, GDP percent change on previous quarter. Okay, so this is, here we go. See, every time it goes down, that is basically a short recession. Okay, every time it goes down, you got a recession. Notice how much further it goes with COVID. Okay, but then it went back up. Okay, but the point is that temporarily, you had this really big thing, but then it equaled out, right? So it didn't really have a long-term thing. But you see what I mean? Whereas there it didn't. So and it had a more long. 2008 did definitely seem to have a sort of more longer-term effect. But just there, that was of course a much bigger spike. This was my point.
You are too simple-minded. You cannot talk your way into a united world.
Actually, you can, and if literally it's thinking that you can't. If you can't talk your way, you can't fight your way either. Because if you can't talk your way, it means that the majority of the people don't agree with it. And if the majority of the people don't agree with it, it means that the people who don't agree with it are going to win. Okay, so if it comes to a fight, So that is why you shouldn't try to aim for a fight, because if you're not going to manage it with your words, then you're going to lose if it comes to a fight.
Mr. Melendez's team is going into surgery. I mean, if you're interested.
I mean, how about getting him to sign all the paperwork and disclosures and HIPAA forms and making sure he has identification? Put your mask on. Put your mask on, Sean.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of surgeons in medical school. You're much better than them. I have a lot to learn from you. You're very arrogant.
Matter of fact.
Do you think that helps you be a good surgeon? Does it hurt you as a person? Is it worth it?
And there you have it. First episode of The Good Doctor. Things I definitely enjoyed about the show. Number one, it's fairly medically accurate. The drama in the show is interesting. It kept my attention and I wanted to see more what would happen. I really dig the fact that it gave an inside look into how hard living with autism can be. You know, you can have abusive family, you have bullying that's happening. Dealing with autism is a difficult situation, and I appreciate that the show highlights that. I will say, however, that they almost make him look superhuman, and that's not realistic, so that's definitely a con in my book. But I understand that they need that factor to make the show work. There wasn't that much medical stuff to comment on. It was a lot about developing him as a character. If you know a better episode where there were more medical situations that I can comment on, let me know in the comments. If there's another show you want me to watch, please leave it down below in the comments. The best thing you can do for this channel to help me make more content, to make better content, is to
Makes no sense. My viewer thing on Streamlabs says I've got 5 viewers, and there it said I've got 2 viewers. What is going on? Now it says 5. Okay. Weird. I don't know. What should we talk about at this point? What should we talk about? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's kind of hard to say. What do you think? What do you think? Do you want to watch more of that doctor stuff? Do you want to watch
Scrambled eggs. If it was that easy, then why are we not in a united world right now?
Well, because it hasn't happened yet, but just because, like, imagine in the past there wasn't a democracy, you know, there was like monarchies and stuff, but it happened, right? And you could say, okay, some of it happened violently, but it didn't all happen violently. It certainly didn't involve completely destroying like civilization, you know, then sort of starting from scratch, you know. So it doesn't have to happen like in this sort of, you know, it doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be. No, and things have gotten a lot better. I mean, the world is a lot more united than it's been. War has decreased tremendously. If you look deaths by war by year, look at that. This is really interesting. Deaths from war by year. Okay, so I mean that yeah, would be good as travel longer. Yeah, but here there's like, it makes it seem like there's more, but that's actually not really accurate overall. Okay, this is okay, percentage of years in which the great powers fought one another. Okay, see, this is aggregated over 25-year periods. See, this is sort of what I'm indicating here. But we see there in the 18th century there was like nothing there, but then it went back up, unfortunately. But then luckily it's no, finally gone back down. So number of reported battle deaths. Okay, it's sort of hard to say. Okay, because there in the 50s it also was low. Okay. But this is the number. This is tens of thousands. The population was lower then, right? The population is much higher now. So per capita, this is lower. Of 100,000 people. Okay, so here is per capita. Okay. Syrian conflict there, and probably like Yemen and stuff. Then afterwards, but you see, overall, it's not so bad. Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay, so then he's got a second video on this if you want. I don't know if this is interesting to you. I don't know if this is interesting to you. Do you want me to watch these scrambled eggs? Is anybody else here? Who is here right now? Who is here? Just give me a shout. You know what I want, right? Universal society. Universal society with a balling if I can
Yes,
by
bitch.
balling if I can by Da Baby as the national anthem for well, that's what Boston Strong's proposition. If anybody else has a better proposal for a national and more universal anthem, I'm all ears. I already designed the flag. It's like the European Union flag, but instead of yellow on blue, it's white on black, and the stars are unequal size and unequally distributed, to make it look more like the night sky, except it's still in a perfect circle. So that's the flag. I came up with the flag. I haven't come up with it's. You've seen it. It's actually my logo, right? But in black and white. You've seen my logo. Have you seen my logo? Do you see my logo? Can you see it? Can you see it? See my logo there, next to my name. See, that's the flag of Universal Society. But this is I made a different color for just being my channel. The flag of the Universal Society has white stars on a black background, just like the actual way things are. Okay, well I'll have to just stop the stream to start the other. I'll have to check. I won't stop it yet. I'll just check if my phone is on.
No, bitch.
Yeah, I had some visuals, yeah. What do you mean, no, bitch? Oh, you're still here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna just start my stream on my phone. Just give me a second. I'll stop the stream on this and do it on the phone instead. Okay. Oh, what?
It is political suicide if any politician in the world calls for a united world.
Yeah, okay, but that is, yeah, but it's silly and it shouldn't be political suicide. And I disagree. I think it would be that they should be calling for that, and I think that literally that's the problem. There isn't. Okay, but how do you want it? How do you think that violently? How's that going to work? Right? It's not going to work. If it's political suicide, it means that people don't want it, which means that it's not gonna. Oh, now I've got update. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone. Okay, again, how do you think it's going to work
I
otherwise?
try not to watch the news, but there is so much shit happening.
Yeah. So I gotta answer a message. Okay, okay. Okay, so oh wait, we gotta start streaming now. Sorry. I've gotta go onto my phone. I gotta start doing the
Tyrannical government laying the foundations into democracy.
What are you saying? Tyrannical laying the foundations into democracy. I mean, yeah. I agree that it's not, it doesn't matter. You don't have to recreate everything. You just can create.
Trump 2024.
Just fuck off.
What?
What do you mean, what? Look, I'm not interested in having discussions with orcs.
Why are you a pussy man?
Well, why are you subhuman? What? And then what was?
Can I bum you?
Oh, you got rid of the message. Boston, you got rid of that. Just fuck off.
Nice.
Who is this shit? Verify
Love you,
login.
bro. That is the only way, or world referendum.
Yeah, but it can be done progressively. You can have progressive countries agreeing.
Can I fart on you?
You can have just Boston, just ban this person. I just, like, literally. There's no like, there's nothing to be gained from just from.
Can I POO on you?
There's nothing to be gained from subhumans. Okay.
A big stinky one.
There's nothing. Boston, please. I can't be bothered doing
a
it
big
myself.
Wet POO.
Why are you still alive? Tell me. Why are you still alive? Why do you exist? Why aren't you just ashamed to be like existing on Earth and using up resources? And yeah, thank you, Boston. Wait, where am I? Oh yeah, I gotta oh yeah, because I had a code. This is a pain. They asked me for these stupid verification. I don't want these verification login codes, but they just don't let me. Trying to log in from new device? No, it's not a new device, you morons. It's like literally the same device I've already been using a bunch of times. The code was incorrect? No, it was not incorrect. This is the very fucking code. Oh wait, this was the old code. Wait, what? Oh, that's yeah. Jesus. Okay, so now it's actually working. Oh man, I really got to shave actually. Now that I see it up close. It's an abomination. Okay.
Relax there, Nathan.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.